Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Retweets. We are here. We are live.
Sorry, little delay, little colon blow.
Sorry about that. Had a
But
little. Okay, and
hold on, we gotta do the things where we do the things.
we'll do that thing with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to do that on pinwheels too. Hold on.
Yep. What's going on, everybody? Anything happen today? Any good news? Anything you guys want to talk about? Not much happening.
There was a thing with the thing and the thing.
Yep.
There was a thing with the thing and the thing.
Ooh, so nice. So nice. We said it twice.
So nice. So insightful. I said it twice. Oh, gosh. All right, here we go. We got... Oh, okay. How many times can I search beef loaf nude shots and then it still keep coming up? Oh, wait, what? Oh.
What's going on? And I've thought about this. You know, this goes live on Facebook too. I'm pretty sure people on Facebook have no idea what we talk about half the time because we talk about White Sox Twitter so much. So if you're watching this on Facebook, thank you. We got a lot to talk about. But yeah, hold on. We're getting there. This again, we're Aldo-less. He moved. He's good. He just doesn't have internet.
Okay, let's be honest. He's in my trunk.
Shut up, dude.
Well, I didn't say he was alive or dead. I just said he was in my trunk. I mean, he's not really technically dead till we bury him.
Snitches get stitches, dude.
Shit.
All right.
Almost there. Here we go. How do you spell socks? Okay, there we go. Got it.
Mm-hmm. It's good to see the usual crew already checking in the comments. They're all probably mad because we started so late.
Or they've been enjoying their tasty beverage.
Not my fault. This one time, it's not my fault.
It is. I 100% blame my cold SpaghettiOs for that one.
All right, that retweet is done. No, it's probably the 10 pounds of sugar you eat before you do your endorsement videos.
No sugar. That's sugarless, bro. That's like a third of an iced coffee. That's all it really is, which is terrifying.
I was going to say, that's very scary. All right. Let me, let's play the music. We're going to go live here and...
Rebuild of the favorites, we here for the latest. South side or the north side, not tuned to the greatest. Home team for the home teams, both sides got our own rings. On the mound or the long ball, but we don't put the wrong strings, yeah. It's that time of the year now. Wrigley or Gantes or the whole league that we hear now. New show with a new mood, discussions and interviews. Straight rumors that might be, this is Pinwheels and Knife.
I will dance to that song every time I hear it. It's awesome. Shout out Brian Macon for making it. What's going on, everybody? You found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. It is Friday, March 26th, and all is terrible. Everything's bad. Everything sucks. No, I'm just kidding. If you're here for that, on this episode, come to the wrong place.
Wait, did someone put something about Andy Dalton in the chat? I didn't see that.
No, you come to the wrong place. I saw a lot of people's, to go deep into my Southside roots, a lot of people's bitch assness was showing today.
Ooh.
A lot of people's bitch assness was showing today. So we're going to talk about the Eloy injury, what it means for the Sox. And then in the middle of the show, I'm going to make you guys watch the first half of the show. In the middle of the show, we are going to talk about what I think is a very, very, very awesome giveaway, especially because in normal, like 2019 in normal times, this would be a cool giveaway. But in 2021, the stakes are even higher, and this is an even better giveaway. So I have a feeling the Eloy injury is going to take up a good chunk of the show. And then we're going to talk, I don't know, we talk about all kinds of shit on the show. So just stick around. So with all that being said, it's Thursday night. It's been a long day, especially for Sox fans. So let's tap this keg. As always, the show is brought to you by PointsBet. See, damn it, this is why we need Aldo here.
Oh.
The show is brought to you by where's the PointsBet over there? We go. The show is brought to you by PointsBet. Make sure you go and download the PointsBet application. Use promo code Pinwheels when you're setting up your account. There's still a lot of March Insanity games that you can wager on. Major League Baseball starts in 1 week. Less than a week, because this comes out on Friday. Less than a week. You can PointsBet individual players. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole new spin on sports wagering. I think it's awesome. I will be doing it frequently. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like to lose money. I am not a rich man. But yeah, PointsBet. Go download the app. Use promo code Pinwheels. Let's go. So I guess let's just dive in.
Yes.
Let's just dive in.
Jim, this is for you, by the way. You can't have it because it's a West Coast thing, but if Beer Garden Jim is watching, this is Big Blue Van from College Street Brewery. Freaking delicious wheat ale.
Yeah. I don't know. I drink Busch Light. But it's the top story of the day. And
Just take a deep breath.
It's extremely frustrating because it never should have fucking happened in the first place. And there's layers of this, what I want to address with this, because the takes have been wild today. Like, wild with regards to the Eloy Jimenez injury. And that's what I'm talking about. I know. Good job setting that up. But yeah, the Eloy Jimenez, I mean, the facts are the facts. Eloy went back on a home run ball. He had no chance in fucking hell, as what's his face, Bob Uecker would say. He's going to need a rocket up his ass to catch that one home run. And he decided to Vince Carter put his arm over the wall for some reason, and he tore his pec. Tore his pectoral ligament.
It's just his pec.
I know, but I think
exploded. It blew it. He blew it out.
Yeah, the way it was officially termed was like tore pectoral ligament. He's out for a while.
Pectoralis, or as Ren and Stimpy would say, the pectoralis muscle.
I mean, I've seen all kinds of different time frames. The best thing is he's out for like 4 to 5 months. I mean, let's just call it what it is. On something so stupid. But let's start with here. The people that are saying, why was he out there in the first place, is because he's young and agile and he should be playing in the outfield. He's a bad outfielder. We all knew he's a bad outfielder. But, I mean, all he needs to do is be like Carlos Lee out there. He just needs to be like Albert Bell out there. Like, you're not here because of your fielding prowess. You're here.
Why you're in left field in the first place.
Yeah, you're here to like catch routine fly balls. They literally got a Gold Glove center fielder who runs as fast as lightning to cover probably 80% of your coverage area. Like, all we need is you to just fucking catch routine fly balls. He's a big goofy guy. We all love him because he's goofy. You know, it's like, oh, Eloy, blah, blah, blah. But also keep in mind, this is the same guy that hurt himself celebrating Lucas Giolito's no-hitter. Remember that? Like, he was jumping up and down and, like, slipped and, like, hurt his ankle or some shit. Like, he's a big, goofy guy who does stupid shit. And there was, again, a home run, which no one in Major League Baseball could have caught. Ken Griffey Jr. couldn't have caught this. But Eloy decided he was going to jump at the fence. And he did the Vince Carter arm in the rim thing on the fence and tore his pectoral muscle. And now the White Sox are minus arguably their hottest bat in spring training for the first 4 to 5 months of the season. I mean, he could pull a Kyle Schwarber and come back when they make the playoffs. And notice I said when, you little punk asses, when they make the playoffs. Jesus, dude, you would have thought, like, I don't even know what I thought, like, reading some of these, like, Eloy is a very crucial player to this team. I want to get that out there first and foremost. Mm-hmm. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, people were talking about this guy hitting 40, 50 home runs this year. I was high on him too. He had great odds to win MVP. Like, he is a game-changing bet in that lineup. But if you for one fucking second think this season is over or the window's closed for another year or however you want to elegantly phrase it on Twitter, then dude, leave. Like, seriously, like, I don't know what to do for you. And I understand some people like to live in the darkness where it's all doom and fucking gloom all the goddamn time. I get that. But like it's baseball. It's not, it's not football where your starting quarterback is down for the season. Like
you'd think they lost the reigning AL MVP. The way that people are talking.
We still have
pizza in the freaking trunk, man.
Yeah, we still have that in the lineup.
MVP.
Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks. Eloy is supremely gifted. You guys know this on the show. I'm absolutely I've been an Eloy fan long before he was a White Sox, trade acquisition. I was a huge on him. The minute the Cubs signed him, the minute they got him, the minute they pulled him, and obviously the trade, I was furious. But the fact is, he's a talented baseball player, but baseball is the most individualistic team sport there is. One guy missing out, you're going to miss those numbers. But the beautiful thing about baseball is a good team run with a veteran, world champion, Hall of Fame person in the dugout has maneuvered through this time and time again. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Albert Pujols has been hurt before. Didn't really bother Tony La Russa. He's had some of his best players hurt. Didn't bother him. You know why? He figures out ways to work around things. And that's the thing that everyone needs to step back and off the ledge. It sucks to lose a guy supremely gifted like that. It's going to produce a lot of offensive, firepower. But guess what? You have the best in the business right now deciding how to maneuver through the minefield. Have some faith in the dude. Have some faith in why they brought him in. This is exactly why they brought him in. I think me and Mr. Hand were talking about it. Mm-hmm. This is why he's here. These kind of crises are exactly why you need to have someone that doesn't even blink an eye, just says, okay, we're going to try Vaughn in left field tomorrow. Like, no big deal. Let's do it. But he's not making a big deal about it. The only people making a big deal about it right now are the fans because they're not in that clubhouse. And I think that there's confidence that somebody in there will be the next man up and step in. And that's what you need on good teams. Next man up. Sorry, it sucks. You're gone. Next up. No time to cry. Got to go. Season's about to start.
That's the thing. And it's baseball, man. It's the ultimate team sport. Yeah, Adam Wainwright going down in spring 2011. La Russa still won the World Series. But Rob from Facebook, I'm not going to put his comment up because it's half a page long, is people are acting like Adam Engel's dead. Dude, he just strained his hamstring. He'll be back in 2 weeks, week and a half. Mm-hmm. Adam Engel was having a fucking fantastic spring before he went down, and you instantly booster your and he lost to Albert Pujols in 2006 and won the World Series. But having the Adams in the corner, instantly better defense than having Eloy out there. Eloy's a liability out in the outfield. It's just what it is. And I'm not trying to say the Sox are better off without Eloy. Not at all. That'd be a very stupid thing. Billy Hamilton's going to be a great late game defensive substitution.
As off-putting as Luke always usually is, that's his real happiness right now is Billy Hamilton. You're not off-putting, Luke. I'm just kidding.
But I'm just saying, it's not it. It sucks. I can't stress this enough. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's not the end of the world, and you would have thought it is. And I know in this day and age, we live in a world of social media with instant reactions and everything like that. And everyone's instant reaction was, the sky is falling. I was more pissed just how avoidable this whole situation was.
And it's a process, though. It's a grieving process. You have to accept it before you can move on. And some fans are going to have a harder time because some fans are, I told you so. What did you doing out in the outfield? Well,
right. Well,
left field is legitimately where literally you put your little guy at second base when you're playing little guy baseball, right? Little league baseball. Mm-hmm. In real pro baseball, you put literally your worst defensive player in left field. You literally throw out. That's where you try to hide somebody, and you can't really hide Eloy sometimes. And I'll be honest, this may be a hot take, and maybe it's totally ignorant of me because I know he's just an athlete, but I'm pretty sure that anybody you throw out there's probably going to be an upgrade over Eli, even if it's Vaughn. It's probably a defensive upgrade. Guess what? He probably fields the hard crashing ground balls better than Eloy does because he's an infielder. But I don't know about the arm. But I just, you take a good with the bad, but you have so many different options. I mean, you're going to improve on defense with a great pitching staff.
And team speed, overall team speed on the base pass. Because
absolutely.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but there's a lot of good hitters in this lineup. Tim Anderson said it, and they were getting smoked by the A's. And they just basically did this 30-minute interview with TA in the middle of the game. And they were talking about the lineup. And he's like, I know I'm at the top of this order. I know all I got to do is get a base hit. And I'm probably going to come home. one, I could score from first, and two, I got nothing but stallions behind me. And I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. That's the way you want your leadoff hitter to be thinking.
Absolutely.
Now, this whole yes, Matty Mitch, I would much rather just do an in-house replacement than get silly. You know what? Let's talk about that, because that's the other thing that was Yasmin Puig, currently awaiting trial or awaiting legal actions for a sexual assault. So he's probably not getting signed. So all the Puig people, sorry. And he's also been unemployed for a year and a half. That's weird, right? Yes, Alex. That was my next guy. Alex, our fact checker, Alex. I'm going to say Tauchman, Yankees system. From Chicago, grew up watching the White Sox. He could be an easy acquisition replacement. Might work out for them. Cespedes really doesn't do it for me, guys. I mean, I know people are pumped about that. First of all, he wants a multi-year deal, which that's not going to happen. Josh Reddick's another name that's getting thrown out there. I mean, isn't that Adam Engel? I don't know what I'm missing there. Trade for Gallo. Aloha, Mr. Hand suggests in the comments. If you're watching this, if you're listening to us on Friday, you can always watch us live on Thursday nights and basically just play along, get into the show. But trade for Gallo, I mean, if the price is right, that's basically, yeah, I'm all for trading for Gallo. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here, but it's not exactly like the market is on fire. Like, there's
some choices, but they're not really home run choices. I'll be honest, this time, I know I've mentioned it to a few people. Matt Kemp, veteran, 38 years old.
Yeah, I think
not here for a long haul, but long enough to kind of figure out, like, if this is going to be a considerable issue, if you have no inside options and you do have to go out, I could think of worse options than someone like him who's not going to play every day. He's going to be a platoon guy, but he knows he's going to be platoon guy because he's going to, be. Yumper, you can trade for Chris Bryant.
Yeah, but if you say Polka in the comments again, you're banned for 2 weeks.
That was aggressive.
Yeah,
especially after he totally endorsed your opponent this week in the 1-on-1 tournament.
Oh, we're gonna get to that too, because I'm gonna spice up the giveaway. Sorry, Jeff. I'm gonna
good guy fest.
Sorry, Jeff. I gotta do this to you,
with
bud.
a side of corruption.
Yeah. Sorry, Jeff. I'm gonna try to stretch this out for 2 rounds. So let's just, but yeah. The biggest thing to me is how frustrating it is that this just didn't have to happen. Just didn't have to happen. Didn't have to happen. I mean, there comes a time, like, I love how funny Eloy is. I love when he looks at the camera and he does his little peace thing and he dances and he does the thing where he pops his head out of the side and, like, he's a funny guy and everything's good. But, like, you got to, like, when you're in between the lines and it's game time, dude, you got to grow the fuck up. You got to play. And this is just some foolish shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's like something a little kid does, like, trying to, like, because he's bored in left field, so he tries to make a play at the wall just to, like, entertain himself. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what? Okay, so I don't know if you've watched this show before, but Mike Evans is God. Terrible handle, but still, you need to watch the show more often. I like this move. All right, Austin Meadows. This is totally 110%. Zoe plays good with this guy in MLB The Show, so he wants him on the White Sox. That's what this is. But I've seen a couple people say, go get Austin Meadows. Fuck it. I still think you're fine with the Adams in the corner, but I also know there's splits, and I also know that he can't hit against righties and blah, 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 blah. I get all that. It's fine. It's fine. The Sox are going to be fine. And again, this is an open invitation that if you feel the need to just express your bitch assness and you're going to cry and say, oh, the Sox are going to make the playoffs, just take a break, take a lap. It's just,
wow. You've got tough love going right now. You're not taking any shit right now. I love it, Zoe. This is the old wipe out the let's go. And you know what? This is the game of baseball. You move on. You don't move on permanently, but you don't have a choice. The longer you spend looking back, you're going to trip over what you got in front of you with is still a magical season ahead. He can join it. What makes it more magical? I can tell you this, as a Cub fan, the Kyle Schwarber story of 2016 as played out now as it is, especially I'm sure Sox fans don't want to hear that shit, but you get into it and it became special. And the dude showed up. It was like pulling someone out of like, we got this one extra like ace in the hole here. And it's like pulling in Rick Vaughn in the last, Rick Vaughn with his glasses and his veg head haircut again. Not like Rick Vaughn that sold out, but the cool Rick Vaughn again. It's like pulling that out and you're going to get that. And you have somebody that's going to give you, hopefully if he recovers quick enough, going to give you a nice boost in the postseason. Maybe he will come back this season. Maybe he won't, but there's that's something to at least keep out there that if it does work out well, you're going to have a huge boost. No matter how much success the White Sox have this summer, you have that boost waiting for you. That's like almost an acquisition if the White Sox are playing well. And if he's healthy and he's there, that could be a huge addition 100%. To what they might already doing.
And here's one of the other reasons why I'm not here for any of this is because after the Sox went 1-0 last year and what seemed like the longest offseason in the history of baseball, all I've been doing has been hyping myself up for this upcoming White Sox season. This White Sox team is really fucking good. It's really fucking good. They lost one guy, a significant guy. But for some of the takes I'm seeing after that one dude, it's like, what? Like, it just blows my mind. And yeah, there's options and there's things you can do, and that's fine and all this shit. But like, dude, if you're gonna jump ship after one dude gets hurt, like, the fuck are you doing here, man? And I don't know. Like, they got options. There's things they can do.
Mm-hmm. And
all is not lost.
It's not. But
really
it is. It sucks.
It sucks.
And you're going to go through the emotion.
Sucks.
You've got to go through the stages of grief. It's so fresh today. Again, that's another reason I got pissed off on the timeline, because there's nothing more disgusting than an opposing rival fan base taking a victory lap when somebody else from the other squad gets hurt. And I was very, very disappointed with some of my fellow Cub fans on the timeline. I blocked, I think, 7 people today. Jump on there to celebrate a dude who's part of your family for a second, and celebrating a young athlete getting hurt. That's not a victory lap. That just means you're a douche canoe. That means you're literally an ugly soul. If you're like celebrating a young athlete getting hurt, and it's a grieving process, and it doesn't help that you have that shit vitriol crap that comes from the low cogs of Cubs Twitter. But it is what it is. It's the grieving, though. You've got to be able to just say, look, but sometimes it's going to take a few days. Some Sox fans, it might take a week or two. But the fact is, the front office can't wait. The front office isn't mourning right now. The front office currently is hammering down the numbers and figuring out mathematically what is the best option to place in that spot for the time period and window that they've got to play. That's it. And could it be in-house? Sure. Could it be out of house? Fine. Whatever it is, again, trust the system. They got you this far.
And you're acting like we don't have a guy who won the batting title and finished in the top 5 or whatever, batting leadoff, the reigning fucking American League MVP on the team, a dude that was the top prospect when he came into the league who had COVID last year, back at 100% health. I mean, we got Nick Madrigal, Andrew Vaughn. You got arguably the best catcher in the American League on your team. You got, I don't know, some people like Adam Eaton. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, you have a very good pitching staff. You have a fucking top tier bullpen. You have a Hall of Fame guy, baseball guy as your manager. You have an awesome new pitching coach. Like, fuck. You know what I mean? It's just, and we got Billy fucking Hamilton. God damn it. So I gotta stop cussing so much. My Mrs. O said I've been swearing too much around the baby. His first word is probably going to be shit or fuck, but especially after today.
Eloy, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, he said.
He's going to talk. What's his first word? Fucking Eloy.
Let that ball go, asshole.
Because that was definitely said in this house multiple times in the last 24 hours. Like, just randomly. Like, I was like doing dishes and I just like looked up and was like, fucking Eloy. But Yeah, it is what it is.
Early October. Hey.
Oh, and we have a reigning Gold Glove center fielder who's arguably one of the best young players in baseball. Who actually, if you haven't seen, I don't know if you saw it yet, Kev, but Adidas put their "Welcome to Adidas" video out for him.
He's a brother now
Holy
with
shit.
KB. Two
Dude.
Chicago players. Well, maybe one after this year's over, but 2 Chicago players right now.
Maybe that's the connection. And then Luis Robert uses his Adidas connection to get KB to come to the South Side. Pay attention, people.
I don't know.
Pay attention, people.
I don't know. Some of you on White Sox Twitter were pretty mean to me on Monday when I was trying to help out another Sox fan and thing. So I might have to tell Chris that they're really mean, but I won't. Just because White Sox Dave didn't understand why I cared. It's okay. It's okay. Or, no, Shy Sox fan Mike. Sorry, Shy Sox fan Mike didn't understand why I cared about the one-way tournament. Well, I do. And I care about this decision too because it could affect everything. I mean, this is a big first test before the season even starts. Where do you go from it? And I know Aloha, for example, was very, very already uncomfortable with the depth on the squad. And I told you, you got to have depth from within.
Everybody was uncomfortable with this depth.
So
it was
this is a little bit soon. You don't expect spring training someone to blow out their pack trying to catch an uncatchable ball, but it is what it is.
Yeah, doing the Vince Carter over the damn wall. But
when he comes back, they're gonna need to put a shot collar on him or something. Like just a shot collar. Like when he gets too close, like
Yep. I'd put it around his ankle. Whatever. Get the Astros guy, whoever does the wiring on their chest, whatever they got to do. But here's my thing, man. And I've had a couple people DM me, especially during this 108 tournament and all this shit. Like, how do you stay so positive about all this stuff? And how do you do? You know how easy it is to just shit on everything?
Mm-hmm.
You know how easy it is to just immediately be like, oh, they suck, or oh, this suck. You know how much harder it is to be like up and like stay up on shit and like not take the low road and all that stuff. And I get it. Everybody wants to be the tough guy. Everybody wants to be like, whatever. But that ain't me, man. I'm taking that whatever road. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. It's not that bad. It's going to be awesome. And the best part is people are going to be in the fucking ballpark again this year.
And you know what? That's the key.
This episode might get us the not safe for work rating too. This is going to get us the dreaded rating on Apple.
The what?
This is going to get us the over 17 rating on Apple.
Oh, we're going to get the mature audiences?
Yeah, because I've dropped like 17 F-bombs.
So you mean my mom's going to be very disappointed in this.
Yep.
I don't think they're on here right now. I can't see, but remember last time my parents got on it.
I know.
Podcast. That
was awesome. His dad's here. It's awesome.
Son of a gun.
But, all right, we're halfway through. I think we should talk about the giveaway.
Do you want to talk about the giveaway?
I want to talk about the giveaway.
Let's talk about the giveaway.
I'm going to add a wrinkle that I didn't even tell you about yet.
Oh, sweet. I love wrinkles.
All right, so story. Gather around, children. We got story time with Uncle Father Zoe right now.
Get up on his knee.
Come on, saddle up.
Saddle up, partner.
So we're doing a giveaway. Giveaways seem to be the hot trend on Twitter, which is cool. I'm all for it. I think it's a great thing. And this kind of just happened. So here's what happened. I'm very transparent with you guys. I think that's one of the reasons why you guys like the show is because me, Fidds, and Aldo are very open and honest. Oh shit, he's about to get real open and honest.
For Eloy.
So I entered a contest to win White Sox tickets. I won, which I did not think would happen, but I won these 2 tickets. The problem is I made a promise to my family and to myself that I will not be attending a White Sox game in person until I am fully vaccinated. I have received the first of 2 shots, but I don't get the second shot till later in April. So what sucks for me is good for you. So we are giving away 2 tickets to the, hold on, I'm looking up the date, for the April 11th game versus the Royals of Kansas City. It's a Sunday game, nice little 1:10 start. Bring the kid, bring the wife, bring the boyfriend, bring the girlfriend, bring whoever you want to bring. It's a Sunday game.
Swingers club right there.
It's a Sunday game. You got 2 tickets. Day games are always the shit. because you can get nice and day drunk. Don't drink and drive. Call an Uber. They're good seats too, man. They are lower box 148, row 14, seats 7 and 8. So you're right there. You're doing good. I know Aloha, Mr. Hand, can probably tell me exactly where those seats are. I did not look it up. I can't think of it right off the top of my head.
Matty Mitch just busted you out. It's not about vaccination at all. You're not missing Master Sunday. Is that
no,
true?
That ain't it.
Confirm or deny.
That ain't it. But so basically down the left field line, 14th row, 2 tickets. Tickets are a hot item right now. It's post-pandemic. You know what I mean? We're giving them away. Talk to all the people that we need to talk to. So the winner, all we need is your email. The tickets will be emailed to you. 2 tickets, Sunday game versus the Royals with cheese. Have a great view of Andrew Vaughn playing left field. Nice one, Ken. 14th row. And here's what you got to do to win these tickets. It's really easy. You got to do 3 things. 3 things to be eligible. 2 are mandatory. 1, my fingers look weird. 1 gets you an extra entry into the contest. Numero 1. You got to follow Pinwheels and Ivy Pod on Twitter. Most of you already do, but follow Pinwheels and Ivy Pod on Twitter. If you win and you aren't following us, you will not get the tickets. We'll just move on to the next person.
And you also have to follow us, too. I'm not voting for you unless you follow me.
There you go.
That's my problem. I'm going to fight you.
Part G. Send us a screenshot of a review on iTunes. And if you don't listen to us on Apple, send us a review. Can you leave reviews on Google?
I mean, if you want to.
If you want to. I think
if you
can.
Want. I mean, if you can't, you can just draw it on your screen with a Sharpie. That'll take a picture.
Or, all right, so part E, G, screenshot your review on iTunes or screenshot that we are downloaded or you follow us on Spotify. There you go. That's even. And then if you want an extra entry, which I know you do, take a screenshot of you voting for me in the 108 tourney against Jeff the Giant. We got to be giant killers on Friday. And send us a screenshot of that. You do those 3 things. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He got out of the trunk.
Oh, my God. Who is that guy?
What's up, boys?
Who let him out of the trunk with that sweet chin fuzz?
Yeah,
Look at
Yumper,
that, buddy.
dude. You really had Yumper called Protective Services. Son of a bitch.
Come on, I can't see you right now.
Because I don't know. It's weird on the iPhone.
Oh, you're doing. Oh, yeah. I've done that in traffic before with you guys.
So, although we were just going over the 2 things you got to do to enter the contest, you're getting 2 tickets, left field line, 14th row, Sunday game versus the Royals. 1, you got to follow Pinwheels and Ivy Pod on Twitter. 2, you got to send us a screenshot or tweet us a screenshot of a review you left us on iTunes or a screenshot of you following us on Spotify. And then if you want an extra entry, you got to send us a screenshot of you voting for me in the 108 tournament. Yeah, I'm doing that. I won the tickets. I'm being selfish.
Bonus, I'll buy someone opening day tickets if they can give me working internet. So added bonus. There you go.
Added bonus. So you still don't got it up and running, huh, bud?
They've come 3 times though.
Oh my goodness, that is. I would be breaking things.
Problem still not fixed.
I would be breaking things. Oh no.
No.
No. You could send it via DM. You could DM us. The DMs on the Pinwheels and Ivy Pod are always wide open, or you could just tweet it to us. I mean, if you say something you don't want people to know about, you can DM it to us. I mean, that's cool too. Again, though, follow us on Twitter. If you're not following us on Twitter, you cannot win. Send us a screenshot of you leaving us a review on iTunes or following us on Spotify. So that'll get you 1 entry. And then you get a bonus entry if you vote for me in the 108 tournament. And if you have burner accounts, you can send us multiple screenshots of multiple accounts voting for me in the 108 tourney. All right.
So bribery it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you got to do because Jeff the Giant is like, honestly.
And he's got Steve Stone and fucking Benetti endorsing him during the game. He's got Daniel Polk
screwed over. Poor John. I totally screwed John over by mentioning I was a Cub fan on Monday. My bad, John.
I mean, Zoe, you have to get your boy. You have to get Magical.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
I don't know how to contact him. Like, I need a bat signal.
Actually, you know who you could get, who you have access to a DM. You could get TA.
I could. You think you'd read it?
I mean, I don't know if it's a guarantee that he'll like respond. But I bet he'll see it.
Maybe. I'll try. It's worth a shot.
I will have to say this, by the way. Apparently, it's out there that if you if you send me a coffee mug with a cool like a Pinwheels and Ivy logo, or in Wet Bandit's case, a Nicolas Cage face,
you have to stop endorsing Elle Will. She wants to lose. She's actively campaigning to lose, and you keep endorsing her.
She's misguided.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's a funny tweet. Kerry from the 108 tournament. I don't know if you guys know who he is. At that baseball fan just tweeted out, my prediction of Madrigal hitting more homers than Eloy this season is looking really great now.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's brutal. That's fucking brutal.
You know, you can make those jokes. Us Cub fans stand back here and just say, good one, really quietly under our breath. Yeah. But if you make a Quintana joke or but hey, you guys, it's like you're allowed to make fun of I can make fun of my sister. You make fun of my sister, I'll punch you in the jaw. But I can make fun of my sister.
So obviously I'm tuning in late here. But so like how's like where are you at right now with Eloy and everything that happened? And
I'm in the stage. I'm in the stage where I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. It really sucks. He's obviously a pivotal player. They're still a very good team. People need to quit bitching. Adam Engel's not dead, and I think they'll be all right.
That was the TLDR right there. Perfect.
Yeah. And then how much are you guys going to pay for Cespedes?
Hopefully apparently he's digging in his heels where he's like multi-year deal or get the fuck out.
What?
I don't know who the hell he thinks he is. I don't get it at all. But apparently, hopefully nothing. Yeah, Matty Mitch, same time. I know we got his kid brother on the squad now, but like, and the whole Yasmiel Puig, like, I don't know if it's like a joke. Yeah, he's under investigation right now for sexual assault. He has an open case on him for sexually assaulting someone in a woman's bathroom at the Staples Center.
That's a no.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me.
So like, is the plan right now just Andrew Vaughn then? Just this week of spring training, see what he can play. On
Friday, he's playing left field against the Brewers in the spring training game.
Dude, wait until he catches the first fly ball. The first fly ball that he tracks down, just like maybe like a 5 or 6 step drop step, like over left shoulder, just an easy one, textbook. Everyone's gonna go,
right.
Holy shit! He didn't crash into the net. He's still alive. He didn't break his leg.
Like,
oh my god! It's not that hard to catch a fly ball. Holy shit! It's really not that hard.
I know we joked about it last year, but like at this point, you just got to be like, all right, Luis, you got everything from center to left.
Yeah.
You have such range with your center fielder.
Whoever's playing left field, just like please stay out of the way. Thank you.
All Andrew Vaughn has to do is catch routine fly balls and not let balls get behind him.
Deepen up, get in there.
That's it.
Shade.
That's all he has
right
to do.
Side.
And the thing, so Andrew Vaughn pitched a little in college, or did
he did? He pitched? Yeah, pitched for Cal.
So he's got a good arm.
2018 was his last outing. So literally, but 3 springs ago.
He's got a good arm.
So he had Kopech last time pitched.
I mean, he runs like he's got a goddamn piano on his back, but still.
Hey, I mean, if you could teach a lifelong catcher that's slow as shit like Kyle Schwarber to play left field and good, I'm sorry, the misconception is Schwarber is a good left fielder now. You could get you can get a lightning in a bottle here and have an outfielder develop if Vaughn does that. I mean, that'd be like obviously a stroke of luck, but he can. I'm sorry, I just don't buy the. God, these are freaking professional athletes. Like what we look at, it's left field. I mean, it's where you literally put your worst defensive player on the entire diamond and hide them. it's again, you have a fast center fielder that can shade the left side, that can cover more ground. Maybe you lose a step or two, but then you make adjustments. This is the beautiful part about having a freak in center field is what might be a normal grid. That grid expands out just where how far Lou Bob can go, especially to his right on a break.
And then the other point, so like it's over, right? Like Eloy can't play left field anymore.
Yeah, that's the. I think the most
it has to be
a whole other reason to train Vaughn how to play left field.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. And I mean, obviously, the easy solution here is Vaughn works out in left field by some miracle and whatever. But if it doesn't work and Eloy comes back, you can't just stick him back in left field. So now you got a little bit of a decision to make because the whole Vaughn, Eloy, Abreu triangle, somebody's going to be the odd man out there. And
positive is you got how many 4 or 5 months to figure that out.
They got time.
That's time for a solution. By then, Vaughn, if Vaughn is where they go, he should be at least serviceably trained at that point. If not, fire your coaching staff. God, if you can't teach you how to play left field, that's a good athlete like that. You got problems.
I mean, that's not a 2021 White Sox problem.
No.
So we go ahead and we push that. That's future problem. I mean, literally all Vaughn has to do in left field is catch routine fly balls and not let balls get past him.
I mean, he has to do what we've been saying for 2 years with Eloy. Just don't get hurt. And Eloy, for the third time, just couldn't do it.
And it is a lot to throw on a rookie's plate, but this is why you draft mature ball players like Andrew Vaughn. This isn't a wide-eyed 20-year-old kid. This is a mature adult man. This is a man person. Like, this is not a child. This isn't a kid. And Vaughn these kind of guys, they should, again, I think we're really putting way too much weight on how difficult it is to field the corner out there. It's just not. I'm sorry. Again, that's where you hide the kids. It's where you hide everybody.
It does really suck though, because Eloy was hitting the ball. So he hit that ball over the center field batter's eye, and it looked like he was just practice swinging.
He's a man. I am a boy, Damon. Sorry.
Reload. Oh, never mind. All right, I was gonna say. So I don't even think this is worst case scenario, but let's just say Vaughn's out there this last week of spring training, but they don't feel comfortable that he's going to be starting there. Is the backup? Do you think they go out and get someone, or do you think it's just Lurie Garcia?
Lurie Garcia, Adam Engel,
Nick Williams,
Billy fucking Hamilton. I mean, they got.
Oh my god!
I know.
Imagine a day where the lineup is Engel, Hamilton, Eaton, or William, or for some reason Luis Robert needs a day off, and it's Billy Hamilton, get out there with your 280 on base percentage.
Right. I don't know. I'm over.
But you know what? I will say, and a lot of people have been making this comparison, and at first I was but then I was thinking about it, and I mean, obviously you're not going to speak for all the White Sox fans,
right?
But not even the consensus. But I don't know. I kind of do get the similar feeling from the 2016 Cubs, where it's you feel fucking shitty for Eloy. Obviously, you're a little annoyed of how he got hurt. But you've been tweeting out after the injury, it's I mean, the rest of the team's still pretty damn good. The lineup is stacked. I think it was Janice pointed out, if it was an area that, the team could get an injury, it was on the offensive side. Now, if you lose one of your big guns in the rotation, that could be a problem. I don't know, if you lose one of your top guys in the bullpen, maybe that's an issue because of depth. But on offense, you still have 4 or 5 other guys that you can, just definitely count on. And it's yeah, it sucks for Eloy that he's gonna miss, be out maybe until August. But team's still gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm not, and I mean, I mentioned before you jumped on, Aldo, they still have a top 3 bullpen. They have a very good pitching staff. I like everything I've seen so far from this pitching staff. I like Carlos Rodon's looked really good. Dylan Cease had another decent outing today. We just got to work on that control a little bit, my guy. But yeah, I mean, I'm not that worried. It sucks. 100%. It sucks.
Like it's also those things where like obviously you're a fan of the Sox and it's like you don't want to be mad at a guy because he like got injured, but like you're kind of like
no, I'm mad at him.
But like you're mad at him because it's like what the hell are you doing?
It's 100%.
You've been told this repeatedly,
and
like,
it was so avoidable.
Yeah,
it was so avoidable. so avoidable.
Everything about that and ugh.
Yeah, so avoidable. I don't know. The good thing is regular season starts in about a week. You know, people are going to dwell on this a little bit longer. I'm very curious as to what Andrew Vaughn looks like in left field.
Honestly, tomorrow it's must-see TV. Like, there needs to be an isolated Vaughn cam tomorrow, watching him at all times. I want to see what he's doing pre-pitch. I want to see what he's doing post-pitch. I want to see how he's reading things off the bat. Those are things that you actually, honestly, all concerns will be laid to rest if you get to watch one good like exhibition of how he sees a ball off a bat and how he reacts out there. Honestly, the expectations are so low. The minute he runs down a ball in the gap, everyone's going to basically poop themselves. Which I'm here for it. You can see the first few steps. You know a kid. You know if someone's got it or they don't, based on you could tell a guy how they throw a baseball. If we go outside right now, and I watch you guys throw a baseball, I know if you're a baseball player or not. Not that hard. You can tell.
Yeah.
You can also tell how a baseball player catches a ball. A well-trained athlete baseball player, how they catch a ball, how they run a ball down. These are things that he's done at first base. How many times has he run a ball, a pop-up down the right field corner, down in the foul territory, and caught a ball over his left shoulder? Probably plenty. That's his left center field gap. That's an open-handed gap with a left-handed, a right-handed glove or a left-handed glove on a right-hander that he's done before. He can catch those balls. He's caught those balls. Now, it's granted the depth perception changes a little bit, but I just can't wait to watch his first step. I want to see that drop step. I want to see how he drop steps. That's the key. And then you could really go from there. If he can drop step and react, it's not like the little thing, 2 steps back, always first. No, it's a drop step. It's read and go. And I'm curious to see if he does that. I mean, if he's serviceable.
I don't even think the Sox care about serviceable. I think it's just like, for the love of God, just also don't get hurt. I honestly think, because imagine if Andrew Vaughn goes out there and let's just say he looks fine throughout spring. Opening day, he is your starting left fielder. And let's just say by any given chance he does get hurt, the Sox are gonna be like, what the fuck did you guys expect? This guy's only played left field for a week of spring training, and down in Schaumburg, when the janitor was playing.
Right.
Yeah, but again, field catching. It's not pitching. It's not like he's facing somebody that throws. It's not. He's facing a AAA pitcher versus a major league. The ball off the bat is a ball off a bat. Maybe it comes a little hotter here and there, but it's not the same thing defensively. I mean, again, I'm just more worried that you're putting too much on a guy's plate while he's really settling in as an offensive player.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is such a short-term issue that you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. At the same time, you want to make sure that you're having the most optimal lineup. You're blessed with the fact that you have a cakewalk April schedule, so you have times and beatable opponents to go out and try a few things until you find what works. You have an extended spring training against the Royals. No, not to pee on the Royals or anything.
Right.
But I got you. You got a really favorable chance to at least figure it out. And again, I can't stress this enough. This is why you brought in Tony freaking La Russa. Pujols. Was it 06 Pujols? Was it 2011? No Wainwright. Doesn't matter. Hey, next man up. Let's go. And
so when you have Vaughn in left and Abreu playing first, this is going to be the Zach Collins time to shine at DH.
Hey.
Hit another bomb today. Hit another bomb on Thursday. I mean, this is the definition of shitting get off the pot time.
But you need that. You need that in a magical season, regardless of whether or not there's an injury or not. You need players to shoot higher than their pay grade, and that's how you win championships. Because again, at the end of the rainbow, it's still the Dodgers. It's still the Dodgers at the end of the rainbow. Mm-hmm. So unless you're just happy with a World Series appearance, you're going to have to figure out a way to take that pot of gold from that stinking leprechaun from Chavez Ravine and win that World Series and take their money. But that's a lot further out in the distance.
Have you guys talked about the Chris Bryant trade to the Sox?
Yeah, it's been mentioned.
Ooh, interesting.
So who would you trade?
Brandon Stokes, A+ comment. Brandon says Miguel Cabrera only played 6 minor league games in the outfield before making debut in the majors as an outfielder.
It's true.
Just breathe. Just breathe.
I'm good, man.
All the positions of all the positions to lose somebody, that is the single least consequential position to lose somebody. I would not. I mean, first base, you'd hate to lose a first baseman too, but everywhere else, you don't want to lose anybody else elsewhere. That's the spot.
Who would I trade for Chris Bryant?
Who would you trade for Chris? So Nick Madrigal.
No, you get Raylo.
What? Don't disrespect Kevin like that.
You get the Cubs want to get. Not disrespect Kevin. There's no disrespect to Chris Bryant.
You're disrespecting Kevin offering.
No,
no. Bullshit Carson Wentz trade offers.
This is not disrespecting Chris Bryant.
It's you now. It's you now.
No, you're not baiting me into this. You're not baiting me into this. You're not disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting Chris Bryant. I'm disrespecting Cubs front office and the way they've handled
Kevin. Disrespect ownership. Don't disrespect
ownership.
Jed's just he's trying to make lemons out of lemonade. That poor guy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. But no, they've handled this whole situation just terribly. And it's almost to the point where like they just want to like get something on paper that they can try to sell to fans. And then they just want to wash their hands of it. So
I'm so shocked that it was his pec and not his, just seeing that picture, that still shot of his left shoulder. I'm so shocked that it wasn't his labrum. I thought it was his labrum. Like it was a deltoid or a labrum tear, and it was pec. Like he literally, it was the front muscle, which is weird because that thing, I mean, the way that it, like, again, it just looked like a contortionist at like a Cirque du Soleil concert.
So
show.
I may or may not have been doing the action today to like see what muscles, and I totally get.
Fences out? You're just like,
I totally get how that can
over a fence.
You can rip your pec doing that though, like the angle and like his body weight coming down that quick and like.
Yeah, because he did like the Vince Carter, like getting on to the fence.
I 100% thought he just popped his shoulder out.
That was the way I thought labrum or deltoid, because it did. It looked like his shoulder popped out.
Yeah, I thought he just popped his shoulder. I was like, okay, maybe a month they'll pop it back in. Let's go to work.
I told you guys this in the chat. I was concerned because we had our shortstop. We had an All-American preseason All-American shortstop, and this kid Dak, he did the same thing. He dislocated his shoulder diving for a baseball no, he slid in the second. It was a face first slide in the second, which we don't preach. He did it anyway. Dislocated it, and there was a labrum issue. Fast forward, we shut him down for 2 weeks. He got healthy. He got cleared. We come back. We go out to San Diego for a baseball tournament, and by the way, it's a really stupid rule. You have to play 5 innings. Like you have to play 2 hours. Even if it's a 10-run rule, you have to play 2 hours or whatever it was. So they make us go play an extra inning. He goes out there, tries to catch a foul ball in foul territory, dives for it. Again.
Popped out.
Boom. And labrum. Gone. Mm-hmm. It's taken him 2 years. He's killing it now for College of Southern Nevada. But it's taken him 2 years to get right. And that's why I'm glad it's a pec. I don't know if a pec is going to be as detrimental as that labrum, because that labrum is always an issue when you have that pop out. It constantly just kind of like it's almost volatile. So I think if you're looking at injury wise, I think it's probably a less problematic injury once it heals. It just takes a little bit longer to heal. You can get back out there with the labrum issue. The pec issue you can't, but you're also going to heal, and you'll know when you're ready. So I think it's fortuitous in that sense. If you want to look on the bright side.
Yeah.
Also,
that's real. Yeah.
Also, I already know the Rick Hahn quote from August. You know it, so? It's like we're getting it's like we acquired a player at the trade deadline with Eloy coming back.
Oh yeah, that's
when the Sox if they don't make a big splash, that's going to be the first quote.
I mean, there's really nothing they can. I don't think there's a big splash out there to be made unless they do a big trade.
Unless left field's terrible.
Yeah, but they're not going to make.
Honestly, that would be the only thing. Or
if the
pitching doesn't come through.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, they got defensively. I think they'll be fine in left field. It's the bat part.
So what's the lineup now? I know the last time we tried to do this, we got all tangled up, had no.
Right.
But so like with Eloy out, I mean that's like your cleanup hitter, maybe number 5.
Yeah, I don't think it
moves.
moves. I mean, it depends. If Vaughn's out there, the lineup doesn't change all that much. But with the two Adams, I mean, I think you bet Eaton in the 2-hole and Engel down around 8-9. You know what I mean? Like, if Adam Engel's going to be playing left field and Eaton's in right, I want Engel down at the bottom of the lineup so him and Madrigal can get on base and set the table for 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. That's very good.
Because I mean that ideal.
I feel like Husky Bardo tweeted it too. He's like, just tread water until the trade deadline. And I don't think the White Sox are going to have to tread water, but you're right. You can make a decision at the trade deadline. If things aren't working out well, you have plenty of, I mean, not even at the trade deadline, but even before that, if it's not panning out, if it's not shaking out the way you want it to, you have options. Like that offense is so good regardless. Like you actually up your defensive war.
Mm-hmm. No, you really do.
You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, obviously, but it could be worse.
100%. And it's just, I don't know. I'm not sweating it too much. Like I said, the easy road here is to just shit on everything and say everything's terrible. I think they're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. I really do. I'm very excited for the season to start in 1 week. You could be there watching the game if you enter our ticket giveaway.
True.
Against the Royals. So, you guys got anything else? Because I can hear babies all fucking screaming. So,
well, we're looking at it right now. Those of you that are on the 108 tournament, we've got percentages here. Layla Rahimi is beating our boy Herb.
I'll go vote for Herb, jerks.
47.8%. So he's down, looks like 5.6 points.
I mean, I know it's not the end of the world, but I'm pretty sure Herb's on vacation too, so he's not really actively campaigning for himself.
That's such a win-win, though. They're both awesome.
I know. Kevin, really get the BTS hashtag going.
You know,
save that. We're gonna need that.
We're gonna need that after we play clean with Jeff the Giant. We're gonna play that. We have to play that one straight. That's just he's just too good. I can't. I would never besmirch a Canadian. I can't do it. They're just too nice.
I mean, if people want to vote for a Canadian over an American Southsider, that's their prerogative.
I'm really hurt though that my Sox summer is getting mopped by Chirizi. I thought my Sox summer was gonna.
Well, here's the deal. Like,
hasn't he lost every year by like a lot?
Yes, and here's the deal. Like with him and Ken WO and these guys are acting like, oh, I can't believe I'm losing. Well, when you act like a heel all year, and then it's like a contest like this comes up, you're gonna get the votes from people that think the whole.
But yeah. By the way, so obviously I'm out of the loop on this, Kevin. I know you've been a lot been involved with the 108 guys this off season, spring training, and with the tournament and everything. But Ken W.O. acting like like being a wrestling heel in a popularity contest is a good thing. What?
Yeah, they gave him his own bracket, like the Ken W.O. gauntlet, where he was supposed to go through all these different competitors to get to the final 8 or whatever, and he lost in the first round. And I think it kind of goes to shows that people are, I don't know, not as many people as one would think are feeling. And he's going to go, look how many people voted for my thing. It's because they voted against you. Anyways, I'm not getting down in the mud there. Jeff
Shout
the
out
Giant.
Bad Boys Radio.
By the way, we got Aldo back, and we've managed to not talk about the Cubs pretty much the entire show.
Shout out to Bad Boys Radio. Go listen to them. Our boy King Mac, Iowa Sox, Ken WO, all those good guys. I listened to the first episode. It's good stuff. Make sure you go throw them a follow. The Bad Boys Radio. Jeff, I'm up against Jeff the Giant today, Friday, in the 108 tournament. You put a gun in my head. I can't say a bad thing about that guy. That guy's awesome. And he's hilarious. Those videos have been fantastic that he's been putting out. I don't know if you guys saw it. He did like a mini beer bong, and he's doing all this like Canadian stuff. It's fucking hilarious. I was thinking about making a plate of poutine tomorrow.
Ooh, that would be good.
I was going to try to out Canadian his Canadian.
Get some Tim Hortons, or what do they have?
Get some
Timmy's. Drinking Labatt's Blue.
Get some Timmy's, some Labatt's, or some Molson's.
Some poutine.
Yeah.
You're going to want to be really just gracious and
hockey.
Complimentary.
Maple syrup on everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is there sugar in syrup?
Mm-hmm.
Then yes.
Yeah, go get some Timmy's, some Tim Bites. My roommate in college, one of my really good buddies, was from Canada. I got this down, guys. I got this. I don't know.
Did you just pull out? I have a Canadian friend.
I did.
That is very.
I did.
Hey guys, I'm cool. I have
Guys, it's cool. I have a Canadian.
Guys.
But you know, it's better than the old excuse. I have a girlfriend. No, you don't. Yeah, dude. She's from Canada. You would know her.
George Glass or whatever the hell his name was. Jeff
The old
Glass.
excuse before the internet. Now you can just blame Tinder, but whatever.
You guys could say I keep talking Cubs. This kid is screaming his little nuts off right now.
Probably
So-
upset about
Get him
Eloy. Like it's
no,
gonna be okay.
I was
He's
gonna
awesome, man.
I was gonna make a video earlier. He was hungry, so he was crying. I was gonna videotape him crying and be like, "Just told my boy about Eloy," but I decided not to do that because he's too cute of a kid to put videos of him crying on the internet. But
Wait, weren't you two watching the Sox game yesterday?
yeah, we were. I
Oh.
took that picture right before it happened too.
Keep on your leg.
I think
Yeah.
it wasn't your caption like like he loves watching.
He
Sox
loves
games.
watching. He does. I will say this though. There's been multiple times where he's been crying, and I just turn on any baseball game, let alone it's usually the Sox game, and he just stops crying.
There you go.
It stares at
He's
the TV.
a baseball fan.
Yeah, so I'm
You're
pretty.
single-handedly growing the game.
I do what I can.
One
Baby
one
at a time.
zygote at a time.
I do what I can, guys. You know, it's a game I
Got it.
love. Yeah, it's a game I love. Just trying to grow it.
Do my
I'm gonna make a video probably after he goes to sleep with just the rules for the ticket giveaway contest, so we can post that and tweet that around. But
But if you're listening too, there are secondary rules. Like you should follow all three of us as well, or
I mean,
we won't vote for you.
it's not really a vote though. I'm gonna do a random number generator thing. But yes, you should still be following all of us.
Shut up! Don't tell them the message.
Kev, are you gonna do your?
Yeah, we're gonna just stick around if you want to. If you want to stick around for the golden, excuse me, the tainted glove, not the golden taint. I keep calling it the golden taint. that's really stuck in my head. Apparently,
Golden,
good wide receiver for a second at Notre Dame. But
golden taint. That's solid.
What I mean, that's a great
that was,
fantasy.
that was one of
football
my
name for
fantasy
Golden
league
Tate.
team
Yeah.
names too.
Yeah.
I actually had like him and that Ben Tate guy.
The
So literally,
villain-
it was the golden taint.
The villain on Austin Powers definitely had a golden taint.
Like school.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys, I got to bounce. But although you can stop the for Fidds, although I'm Zoe, make sure you get in the ticket giveaway. We will see you guys next week. Vote for me in the 108 tourney. Take care, everybody.
Vote for Zoe.
End of first show. All right, I might come back on Fidds if you're still on.
Yeah. Aldo, would it be better for you if we started a new one and then?
Oh, now I got the time right here. I see it's at 1:02.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. I'm gonna shoot Aloha, the link. Oh,
No
whoops.
Cubs this episode, Kevin. What happened? I'm just.
I don't know, but I just accidentally apparently just clicked on Kyle Hendricks erotic GIF from the TikTok on the Cubs. That's interesting. Wow. He's like putting the leg out and everything. That's pretty. Wow. Kyle Hendricks. Wow. That's really risque.
very, very flexible.
Copy link address. Send it to Mr. Hand. We are going to have Husky Bardo. Oh, not Facebook. I just sent him a Facebook link. Never mind. That's not it.
Just tweet it out. Okay.
I think I did that once, by the way. I think I accidentally posted because some random dude jumped in. And I was like, "Who the?" He looked like,
Who are
he looked
you?
like- okay, so I just copied it and pasted it back in our own chat, so it works. There you go, Mr. There you go, Pete. We have, yeah. I did totally just paste it in our chat in our Facebook DM. Oops. Husky Bardo's going to join us in a little bit, but yeah, we're going to, Mr. Han and I, we talked a little bit too about this. We're going to go outside of baseball too a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about pizza. You guys want to talk about pizza? We're going to talk a little bit about that Ginger Ninja. I wore the last great Bears quarterback jersey today just for it. Yep.
I see the video, but I'm gonna guess. It has to be Cutler,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. I mean, Jay Cutler forever, like the number 4 and then ever, always.
I don't know why I still can't see you.
Well, I move really fast, like a ninja and shit.
Just a black screen.
All right, so there's Pete. Did that work, Pete? You there? Did you get it? And then Akeem Hicks looks like he's headed to the Seahawks. Yeah, he could have just traded him there for a quarterback.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that would have worked out better. Oh, there he is. Boomski. And Zoe, Zoe has the
Fellas.
link, so
Yeah, fellas,
How we
how's it
doing?
going?
Oh.
Hello, Aldo. Congratulations on a new place. It would be nice if you got internet at some point.
Thank you. Right? That's what I thought. Who
Who's your-
would have known it would be so hard to connect a wire?
Who's your provider?
That's supposed to be CenturyLink.
Okay. Well, they. What do you expect? They own the Seahawks Stadium. That's probably where all their efforts are going to get Akeem Hicks there.
That's right. That's their all the resources are going to get Hicks, keeping Russell.
Why not? Why not Hicks for Wilson? But I got to tell you, the Dalton move is a great move. It really is. You know why? Because you got Dalton coming into town to clean up the double deuce known as Hallis Hall and beat up on Brad Wesley, known as Aaron Rodgers.
the upper decker known as. Ooh.
Obviously Andy Dalton's from the names that that we were hearing that the Bears could have gone after. But I hate I've been seeing this lately of Andy Dalton isn't that good, but at least he's better than Mitch. It's that's not a high bar. I don't like that argument.
Yeah. No.
Hate it. Hate that argument. It's we went from shitty to slightly below average.
Shitty.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
108 goes at 8:30, right?
Yes. That is my understanding. That allegedly, but
This one has to poop like I did earlier. Yeah.
yeah, they make their own rules as they go. Look who's back.
He's making his podcast debut.
Oh,
Hey, look at that guy.
What's up, you little jerks? It doesn't matter that Eloy's gone. The White Sox will be good. You're all little bitches.
Somebody clip that.
Somebody get that kid a job already. What the hell?
Yeah,
What's up,
exactly. Put that kid to work.
Living off the fat of the land here. Get a job already, guy.
What's up? Are these guys scary?
Hey, little buddy.
Are they scary? He can't hear you.
had the same sugar that I had this afternoon, didn't you?
He can't hear you. Whoa!
he
Look at his eyes. He's like, "What the shit is this?"
He's into that fun dip life too.
Hey, he looks like me in a geometry or calculus class when the problem's on the board and you're going, please don't call on me.
Yes. Oh, he likes your
so for the content, it would be great if we get a live vomit from.
Oh, just give it a minute. You just ate a bunch of sweet potatoes.
Just all over your chest.
You ate a bunch of sweet potatoes and bananas.
Well, it's gonna be healthy.
Oh, you're gonna get
tonight.
the bomb. Yeah, you're gonna get the bomb on your lap there.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna feel that the little. What was that? Was that a pulse? No. Oh. Hey, that wasn't a pulse. That was not Morse code.
Show him how you play the drums. All right, guys. He just wanted to say what's up to his homies, and he just wanted people to quit bitching about Eloy.
We'd like him to go on the record. How does he feel about Eloy? Yeah. Oh, he looks terrified right now.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's terrified.
He's ready. He's ready to go to bed. All right, later, dude.
Yeah, later.
See ya.
Child Protective Services will be there in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Here they come. Here comes CPS. What happened? Oh, this poor baby.
Yeah. Child abuse. Talking about Eloy's injury and then listening to us talk about the Bears.
Yeah, that's the harder part.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Mr. Hand, when are they going to fire Ted Phillips?
Ted Phillips, I don't know how much you follow hockey, but Ted Phillips is like Bob Pulford. He's got a lifetime job. No matter what, he's going to be there.
Well, that's not good. You just crushed my dreams. I was hoping for a soon date here.
Are you upside down or something?
Although I'm honestly right now, I feel like you're just chugging out of the bottle of wine right now. That's what it looked like to me on the video. It looked like you were chugging in the bottle. Now it looks like you're going to close the trunk on me, and it's a Tarantino scene, literally.
Yeah.
I put my phone
we're in the briefcase
on the countertop, and I think it's a reflection of the microwave.
Yeah.
That's what the vent looks like underneath the microwave. I've never actually looked under a microwave before. Is that what it looks like?
No, I haven't either.
Now you know.
It's like, what the hell is he doing? Is that wine? What is he
Just
pouring it?
some
Just
magic.
chugging it?
That's some magic right there.
I mean, Eloy. I got this a little bit. I got to behave myself. I can't be too crazy tonight, just because we have school tomorrow. I actually have to be with students. One student tomorrow.
You can go hungover.
I mean, huh?
Who's gonna know?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Are you still wearing a mask? You just hide the breath
That's true.
underneath
Like
the
if
mask.
they can smell my breath, they're too close. Fucking social distance, little bastards. No, they're. Yeah, I would never do that actually.
See,
But
one of the
I feel like
advantages of
calling.
social
I can't go too far because calling in sick during a pandemic sounds like just a stupid idea. Like we legitimately have like an easy job right now teaching. Like there's no reason to take a sub day. Like none, unless you're like you can't roll out of bed. You could keep your camera off. You can. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this. But
well, that's the same thing with me. I can't call in sick because I've been working from home since March. The only way I'm calling in sick is, like you said, if I can't even get out of bed.
I'm just pissed. I thought I was going to go a whole school year without actually having to put on like pants with like a belt. Like I thought it would be great, just like baseball shorts all year long. I'd have been like a PE teacher. It's like a PE teacher's life. You just had to wear gym shorts every day. Like that appeals to me a little bit.
Kevin, have you bought any tickets to go to baseball games?
No, we're going in June. We're going to Chicago in June, early June. Cubs are going to be on the West Coast.
That's right. I remember you saying that your trip to Chicago.
White Sox will be in town. So I actually told Carrie she's going to go out with her one of her best friends. That's who we're going to visit. It's his birthday. They can go do their thing. And I told her, I have one night while we're there where I'm window waiting for the first time. So I'm taking the lift. Leave me alone. You go have fun. I know where they'll go. They're gonna go they'll hit the Crowbar up. They'll probably be in Wrigleyville. Actually, to be honest, they'll have a good time. Like my girlfriend, we're gonna have some fun before that. She has friends with her friends. I gotta want to wait. I gotta pop that 108 cherry. Honestly, I want to tailgate. I want to play bags. I want to get shenanigans. I want to get crazy.
No tailgating as of yet.
That's right. Well, we could walk there though, right?
Yeah.
No, we didn't want to walk there, do we? Do we want to walk there? I don't know. Can we walk there? I don't even remember now. I know that when I was in high school and college, it was not a really good walk.
Where are you staying?
I don't even know. I gotta find out where the address is. What's
your room number?
They have a nice house. It's a house, apparently.
What's your
I'm assuming if
number?
it's the social security number is
that'll work too.
What's the gate code for the house?
Luke, you have my ticket. You better have my ticket, or I'm going to tell the whole world about your special DM. You know what I'm talking about, Alex. Jim, you know.
Don't worry. If Luke can't hook you up, I know someone who's got an extra.
Sorry.
So,
autocorrect
have you guys
is a
been following
bastard.
along? So, how's the whole ticket sales going? Like with the whole season, like how do they work that out? The season ticket holders and just the general public?
Well, I don't know how they did it for the Cubs. I can tell you how they did it for the Sox. I actually think I have one issue with the entire process, just one. Mm-hmm. And basically what it was is they gave full season ticket holders first priority, then the partial plans.
Sorry, Alex's comments.
I'm just reading that comment.
Sorry.
And Yumper points out they just increased capacity by another 5%. I think that came out earlier today. But what happened was, so you get an email that says, you have this window. And I know the window started at 10 a.m. last Tuesday. And that was for the people who were 30 plus years and all that. My window was at 1 o'clock on Tuesday. Oh. And you got to go in, log in through your account, and pick your pod. And the pods were anywhere from 2 to 6. So I bought a pod of 6 because I'm going to have Wally, My Sock Summer, and King Nam sitting with me. And
all right.
But the issue I have, even though I did this anyway, I honestly believe they should not have allowed anyone, if like my account has 2 tickets. Mm-hmm. I was able to buy 6. I think that was the one flaw with the system.
Okay.
But I justify it by saying I'm also buying tickets for My Sock Summer, who's at a later time and is a season ticket holder. Wally, who's at a later time and is a season ticket holder. And King Nam, who's at a later time and is a season ticket holder. So my 6 are all season ticket holders. It's just I had the first time to get in there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get in the 108 because they were only doing pods of 2 in the 108.
Okay.
We will be very, 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 very close by. I'll just.
So how do
leave it
they?
at that.
So they have like pods. So it's pods. Like so.
Yes.
So do you have to like show fake IDs? Like, we live at the same address. We could.
No.
ID that says that I live at this.
No, you can forward your tickets through the MOB app. So once they load the tickets, I'll be sending the tickets out to My Sock Summer, to Wally,
Gotcha.
King Nam, and everything else. So, but the problem is a lot of people wanted to buy extras and figure, I could sell it on StubHub or whatever. There's one catch to that. You have to provide information on who bought the ticket, so if they need to, they can do contact tracing.
Right.
So
That's
if
it.
you
That's
do
it
it,
right there.
if you do it through the MOB app, it's automatically there, and you don't have to be hassled with it. But if you do it through StubHub and transfer it that way, you have to provide who you're transferring it to.
It's interesting how like there are ways to slip through the mitigation stuff, which is not good. It's a little disconcerting, to be honest, but it is. Again, I mean, it is what it is.
And I'm one shot in. I got my first shot. I don't get my second one until mid-April. I'm on. Basically, it sounds like I'm on the same schedule as Zoe.
And the beautiful thing about not to get super, we'll push off on science, but after you get the first, if you get Moderna or Pfizer, after the first shot, you're like at 85% already protected, regardless.
Yeah.
That's where the numbers are coming at.
And
it's
I got
10%
and I
more.
got and I got a Moderna shot. That's what I got. And my arm felt like it was 500 pounds at 24 hours after.
You got stabbed with a 3-inch needle. You got stabbed.
My arm. I'm like, I could hardly type with my arm, with my hand that day.
You know what happened to me? My armpit gland swelled up the second shot. So I was like, why? Like, I seriously thought that I had like not manscaped my armpits in a long time. I'm like, why does it feel like I've got buckwheat and headlock over here? Like, oh God, I feel my armpit hair. It's rubbing. And I'm like, no, it's not that long. I'm like, what the heck? And I looked it up, which is kind of funny. It actually has been something that's been scaring a lot of females. They're thinking they have like a mass on their breast area, armpit area.
Right.
It turns out it's one of those. It's one of your glands. It swells up because it's part of the glands that obviously are adapting and adjusting. Mm-hmm. So it was just like I had like a bulge in my armpit for like 24 hours. It was really weird. I was like, what the hell? Like I didn't feel like shit. I didn't feel bad. But that was the only, I was like, this is so strange. I'm like, why do I, I'm like, baby, did I thought I did. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Hey, Yumper, yes, I am in IT. I have a degree in computer info systems, to answer your question. That is what my degree is in from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. And you also went to the same high school together, didn't you?
No, didn't Yumper go to the same one as Zoe?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You didn't go to the same as Zoe.
No.
Do I have a picture?
I went to the poor side of town because Zoe went to St. Rita. I went to Gage Park. So I was on the wrong side of the tracks.
Why do I feel like in my pictures? I was going through my pictures the other day, and I have a picture of Zoe from high school, which is great. But I have a picture, I think, of you from high school. How did I get that?
Remember, I showed you that yearbook photo. And you might have just pulled one. You might have just pulled one of the ones of me rocking the members only jacket, because let me tell you, I rock that shit.
I don't know. I have no fault in that. I find zero fault in that. None. I feel good. I was able to actually endorse Chris today, Tannehill, because he's obviously I love actually Shane is how do you say his name? Reardon. He was mad, but he didn't listen. I actually said I am going with this White Sox content guy. That's what I said. I didn't say White Sox, the Ohio State University. But they took it as that. Like I got fucking blown up hard. Like
Wait,
he's
why
like,
did
this
Shane get mad?
This guy does
Well, I
5
think-
shows a week. I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry. I said this. I don't know. I just went with the guy
Yeah.
that's on my timeline a lot because none of you follow me, and I'm sorry. He was on our show.
I don't know Shane personally, but I think he's always mad about something.
So is he the mad guy? Is he like the mad guy of
Yeah.
Chicago media? This happened on
And
what
and
was it?
based on
That I endorsed. I
post,
think it was Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, Alex. If you were asking when did this happen Tuesday. He was a quote tweet. Here, let me find it because I was like, oh. I'm like, who? Why do I have a blue check mark? Really? That's why I said I offended blue check marks. I was like, I didn't mean to make you mad. I just said I was going with Josh. And I like Josh a lot.
I think we've only had one other interaction with Shane, and that was he got mad that we had an episode where we were just hypothetically talking about hypothetical Mike Trout trades to the Sox. And he's like,
hey, I'm all for it.
He's like, what is this bullshit clickbait of a podcast? Like, it's like the middle of the offseason. We're just bullshitting. I don't know.
Hey, I think I think Ronaldo Lopez for Mike Trout makes perfect sense. I think that's an overpay by the White Sox personally.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the money, Mr. Hand.
It's today's.
Yeah.
That's a picture of. Oh, this is a nice picture of Dave Kaplan, but as the Wizard of Oz or some sort of Tron bad guy. Oh, that's not it.
Oh, I have a Kaplan story for you. David Kaplan is participating in the White Sox fast pitch contest on, I believe it's Wednesday.
I got a $50 gift card if someone doses him.
Well, I would suggest you reach out.
A high five
because I believe he is also. I believe My Sack Summer is also participating in this too.
Oh, here it is.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Shane said, "Gotta go with my guy Josh Nelson over Chris Tannehill. Gotta go with now. This is where he needs to work on those listening skills. Like I tell my students, work on these listening skills." He says the White Sox contact guy instead. I said this White Sox contact guy instead.
Yeah.
He says, "LOL, what?" Tanny does 5 White Sox podcasts a week and then brings that content to Park and Spiegel, market top rated afternoon drive sports talk show. And I'm like, cool, man. I don't drive in Chicago. So I care about your drive time, bro. Secondly, you're right. But listen, I said this guy, not that guy. And I don't know Shane, so I'm not going to besmirch him.
Yeah.
But don't be so angry. Tanny, I fucking like his soprano shit. I love. Like again, I was happy to endorse him today. I was like excited. I was like one of the things I'm like I had penned in today on my little. I had little post-it notes. My little post-it notes, since I don't have a teleprompter operator, I just have to write it on a post-it note and put it like up right behind the camera. And I'm like, that's why I said green eyes instead of gray eyes. Don't lie. Whoops.
Oh yeah.
But you know what, Kevin? I think you and Shane would actually be great friends.
Yeah, I think
he's probably overworked. It gets worked up about shit.
Big food guy.
Huge
You
food
and
guy.
him could yeah.
I think you should follow him on Twitter because he posts the stuff he makes for dinner, and let me tell you, it's quite. I'm going to
do it right now out of your recommendation, but you know what, Shane, if you're watching and you're not, follow me back, dude. I want to see some more food. I look at this. Your profile picture looks like that looks like some gnocchi with a little pepper cheese. Actually, that looks like a fantastic. That looks like gnocchi, a little bit of garlic, and a little peppercorn on some gnocchi. Yeah, little cheese. Yeah. Okay. No, and he's making some food. He's
a big time cook.
A little flambe.
Yeah,
that's my
David
Instagram
Kaplan story. Kevin.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, when did you start joining the show? It was like the 2018 offseason, right?
The winter meetings in Vegas. Remember, because I did the whole thing, and then I came on, and then I never left. I'm like that buddy that came over,
just on the couch,
and just never fucking left. That's me.
So I think that September we got Kaplan to do an interview, and I was interviewing him. And I think I was trying to record it with an app on my phone. Did the interview? It was pretty solid. He's a pretty nice guy. I mean, nothing against. He's always, nice.
He's always willing to jump on people's podcasts and everything else and help them out.
Yeah, no, he is. I mean, because we were like barely starting out, and I'm like, hey, you want to do a half-hour interview?
You're talking about Kaplan?
Yeah, Kaplan. And then
Can we tell him that we're an upstart podcast and have him come on this podcast one more time, please?
We could probably get him again if you want him, Kevin.
I would love to.
You can do that clip in the middle of it when he's on.
I won't drink beer. I won't drink beer. I'll just stay focused.
I think it was 25 minutes. Great call. Said thanks. Hung up. Looked at the app. Forgot to record.
Oh, shit. You know what? Hey, and Sean, we've had Sean on the podcast. Sean Sears.
Yeah,
he had a really nice Chris Bryant thing today about the contract and how Chris is he's gonna play so. He thinks Chris is gonna play so well. He's gonna get the contract. But he also mentioned the Kaplan bullshit rumor. I'm like, God, you had the whole thing was amazing. Then you brought up some people reported. I'm like, God, nobody except.
Yeah, he was literally the only one.
Now, and then everyone just piggybacked on that report. He was the report. Like, one person reported, everybody else just piggybacked. Like, ooh.
But the question I have for you is, getting that contract, where?
I must hold on. I'll pause. I'm going to address Mailman Jack, and you can cat damn count on it, Jack. Sorry, GD. By the way, Jack needs to prepare tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, Boomer. Get used to OK Boomer and prepare yourself. You are going up against the Justin Bieber of White Sox Twitter. The minute you come at GD, a bunch of 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds are coming for you. So be nice.
Yeah, it sounds like John Mayer. It sounds like John Mayer's had
alleged.
I haven't talked about it, but alleged contact with some people that was less than desirable.
Which is what led to him blocking certain people as well that he was made fun of for doing. I told him there's a mute button too.
And the thing is. But
I didn't provoke him. I just said just vote for Cub fans. Vote for the guy that says fuck Cub fans or fuck the Cubs. It was like, bam. It was like I said Justin Bieber is a bad musician, which has happened before on Twitter. Same response. I also made one comment one time about what's his ex-girlfriend's name? What's that girl he was with?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. I made a Selena Gomez comment where she was fantastic in a movie that I saw called Riddlerless. I was like the king of Twitter for like 24 hours. Everything was like, you were brilliant. Like, she was like a small part of the role, but like the minute you insult somebody, he's got a good team. He's good. He's going to bring out some crowdsourcing. So that's the thing is you like it. Husky better relax. Husky is on hold right now because he hasn't even messaged me. He said he was going to message me. Husky, are you here? We're going to bring Husky on in a second.
All right. So Kevin answered the question before.
But I got to ask him. I want to talk about his process during the 108 tournament.
Who's signing Chris Bryant?
Yeah, where's he wind up?
Chicago.
The White Sox. All right.
I said Chicago.
He does. I'll be honest. Say what you want. With the situation that has happened, he does make a lot of sense in left field. He really does.
He loves third base. That's the problem is he's not going to come over here to be a left fielder. He wants to play third. He's worked on his defense.
I'm talking about this year only.
Oh, yeah. For the 1 year, and that's where he also sprained his thumb and tore the ligament and fractured his wrist. But again, he's also someone, dude, be careful out there. Like when you're out there, you don't have to, and that's what you're talking about. Dudes that are competitors. This is again with Eloy. God, these guys are competitors. Bryce Harper, even his first few years in the league. Pete Rose. These guys don't know how. There's no taper off switch. These guys go hard into the wall, and you got to be guys.
Didn't Harper get injured like his second year stealing a base that was
meaningless?
In a blowout game or something, wasn't it?
Just there's those kind of players. The reason they're so great is there's no tone down button. They just play it the same way. If you were playing in a park with these guys, they're going to play the game the same fucking way. Like they're the same. If you're playing ping pong with Bryce Harper, he's going to try and hit that ping pong ball through your chest. They're competitive. They don't know like a slow down switch. There's just here and then there's take it down a little bit.
And to quote Michael Jordan, they don't have a gambling problem. They have a competition problem.
It's true. Do you understand how much money I lose or win at blackjack when we don't have a baseball season and I have access to a gaming table? It's terrible. I need competitive. I need something. I need some stakes. In a baseball game, you're out there and there's stakes. There's really no stakes elsewhere. Like, so you find that that's where you get that edge. People are competitive, and I'm sure there's people. You guys are competitive. I'm sure people that are listening are competitive. Like, it's when you're competitive, there is no substitute. You are walking faster than the person 2 steps to your left just because I'm going to finish first. Like, I can't help it. Like, it's your bread. It's I think lesser in the younger generations, that first or last mentality is now compete.
It's a
and if
trophy
yours
mentality.
isn't good enough, then it just wasn't good enough. But it's okay. You did your best. Like, which is I agree with too. Yeah, exactly. Like a guy that would dive face first into a wall to break his nose. Like,
but now it's the trophy mentality. Everybody gets a trophy, so there's no real distinguishing between first and last. And to use the line from Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you're last.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no distinguishing between that anymore.
And that's the thing is you want to teach, like you want to teach that idea that there has to be a winner in something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But how do we have just Yumper on yes? Did I do that? Is that my fault?
Yeah.
I just feel like he's agreeing with it.
I don't think I have.
So we're gonna
keep that up. Keep
it up. Everything I say right now, Yumper agrees with. So I'm delicious. I have sweet dance moves. You know, my hair is glorious, and that Chris Bryant is husky. Yeah, Husky better bring his hot wax. Though.
I got it. Yumper's going to become a White Sox fan. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I don't need to see that because I was in pain just watching both of the wax, the candle wax video, and then the 40-year-old virgin video. I was just in pain.
And it was he sold out for the part.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm going to message him. I told him I was going to bring. I told him he was really upset that he wasn't on. A couple weeks ago, we didn't do it last week because I was exhausted from watching. What's it called?
Justice
all
League,
night.
Wasn't it?
Justice League all night. Yeah. So where's Husky at? Where are you at? Because again, and then of course, then you get me a little bit tipsy on a Saturday night, and all of a sudden I'm like, everybody, come on the show. I'm like, is that really? That's great. And everyone in the chat knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, Dog has been to two of our meets on a Saturday night. Both I was not sober at, and apparently now, I mean, that's 100%. Apparently, he can't look at me when I'm not sober, so he won't see me sober. Yeah. It's weird.
And by the way,
Dong.
Alex brings up a great point. Absolutely does. Older generations giving kids the trophies. He's absolutely right.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. We failed. Mm-hmm. Like I would say this, my generation, if I had babies, that I know of.
That you know of. There you go.
You beat me to it.
We'll preface this one. There's a lot of DNA running around. But anyway, the thing is, was that DNA involved in that orgy roulette game the other day? See that? Like there's footage out there, but it's not out yet. But yes, there was an orgy in the
Kevin,
links.
have you ever donated your sperm?
No, never done that. I mean I've donated, but not to a medical.
Not to a sperm bank.
Not to an actual. Yeah, I mean I've donated to many.
Just
belly button.
Countless donations elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean,
my ex-girlfriend's best friend. I've donated to plenty of places, but no. But the link Ferris wheel. Yeah, they had those are huge, by the way. You could fit like 50 people in there, and apparently there was an order in the in the link, and they have footage of it. I mean, you were on camera. See, this is weird for me. Like when I go to like Boulder, Colorado, and I go to the parking garage and I park my car, and I walk out. I assume that I am being filmed at all times because in Vegas you are filmed at all times. It's weird going to places where you're not being filmed at all times. And I'm like, where's the camera? Like I see it. And so to do something in Vegas, whether it's a stairwell, whether it's a Ferris wheel, whether it's, I don't know, the back alley, you are on tape. Okay. Let me just give a preface to anybody coming to Vegas thinking they're going to go bang in a stairwell. Don't do it. Okay. Because your ass crack is on camera. Everything is on camera. Like, I mean, cool. I mean, you want to be on like, you'll be a TikTok video from someone that like screenshotted their whatever, but Vegas and but it is, it's kind of funny though. Vegas is coming back, which when there are orgies in the Link Ferris wheel, Vegas is healing. And so it's kind of weird. Like on Friday night, it was like Florida down on the Strip. And I'm so glad that locals don't go down on the Strip unless you work there. And most of them got vaccinated. So it's kind of like, okay, bring it back. We ain't coming down there, but you can go ahead and take it back to your place. And so if you're coming to Vegas, come in May. If you're going to come to Vegas, to be honest, that's the time to come. May beyond is going to be Roaring 20s 2.0.
Hey, Jack, you're absolutely right. It does look easy.
Right? All you got to do is hack the camera system. You got to get Don Cheadle to like create a not a bomb. What do they call that?
Pulse.
Where it sends the electronic, what is it? The EMP or whatever. Yeah, send an EMP. Hey, Jim. I think Jim, I'd let you stay at my place. We got a spare bedroom. You can look at the American Girl doll. She creeps the fuck out of me. She's on the shelf in the other room. She stares at me. She wears glasses. She's just like, but I feel her judging me because I feel like her eyesight is perfect. So I feel like every time I sleep in the other room, by the way, has
does it look like Estelle Costanza?
It is. It looks like Lisa Loeb, except terrifying.
It's probably
it's not her in the 9 stories. It's just if those 9 stories were like horror novels, like it's terrible. But no, well, Jim, you're fine. You're literally 2 rooms down. You would have the actual best. Like that's where the heat and the air conditioning work best is the spare room, which is kind of ironic because the master should have that, right? But no, there is a spare bedroom. You just gotta bring beer. I guess I'm fine with it. I just
so he'd be stealing beer to bring back in review.
I would take Lee to Total Wine. I would take Jim to Total. Lee's is the other liquor. Sorry. So I would take Jim to Total Wine, which is like the most gigantic warehouse of craft beer one can find. It's like the House of Hangover. And I just it was like turning Jim loose. Like it's like turning a kid loose at Chuck E. Cheese. Jim would just go down the craft beer aisle. It's like 7 aisles of craft beer. 7 aisles of craft beer, dude. Cans, just individual cans too, like not like packs. And I feel like he would.
I can tell you where I'd be if I was in Vegas. There's 1 or 2 places that I would be. Either in the Casa
Don Juan?
No. Casa de Fuente. Casa de Fuente in Caesars in the atrium, or Club Macanudo in Caesars. In Caesars by the ship bar, whatever the fuck it's called. Cleopatra's bar.
That was like when I was a kid. I was like, "Oh, look at the boobies." They had like full on nipple too. They had full on nipple. I'm like, "Whoa!" It was not like Beavis and Butthead when they did that in the movie.
Yes,
it was basically my childhood when I was here. Like, hey, look at my aunt was a. We would go to the Omnimax.
Well,
like
Zoe unleashed a.
Jim's bringing up
unleashed a Beavis earlier when he was talking about fire.
Yep. See, Jim's bringing up the best place in Denver. Casa Bonita is like I went when the Bears. By the way, this Cutler jersey. When the Bears played in Denver and Cutler was out, and so was it was Tebow. It was Tebow against Caleb Haney, and stupid Marion Barber ran out of bounds in regulation, gave him enough time to like stick around, and they lost out of 54, and then overtime. I went to Casa Bonita the night before. We went to this. We stayed in Denver, and I had to go to Casa Bonita. We went to this bar it was basically a Ukrainian bar, which is crazy. The bartenders were all very nice looking Ukrainian women. It was vodka and pickle juice, which was the first. But hey, I was fine. The one girl except with the hairy mole, but that was different. But then I'm like, we got a little bit tipsy, and I'm like, dude, I gotta go to Casa Bonita. So we took a cab to Casa Bonita, and it was amazing. The guy on the cliff diver, and then Billy the Kid's Cave Oh, that place, the magician.
I don't know, never been there.
He was like, look at my finger.
If you ever get the chance, go to YouTube and find the Doug and OB post-game show from that game. From that football game. Go find the Doug and OB post-game show. Because if I remember correctly, that is the show where OB tells Doug Buffone, "You better calm down because if you need mouth to mouth, you're dying."
That is a game that I smuggled in an entire handle of Jägermeister in my butt crack. I put it in my back pants, my jeans, popped it in there because we had been drinking a little bit at the bar before, but it was the big one. It was not the little Jaeger. It was the big Jaeger. I put it in my back, right? Because I'm like, of course I think I can do this. It was cold, but it was beautiful out, by the way. Like the sun was out, but I worn a ton of layers because it was cold the night before. I get to the security guard. I go through the turnstile, right? And as I'm going through the turn, I could feel it like sliding down. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And it goes down my right pant leg. And I feel this thing like sliding down. It's a full handle of fucking Jaeger. And as soon as I get through the turnstile, you know, like how it has steel on the bottom?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the turnstiles have like that steel thing. It goes right out and goes, bink, hits it like bottle on that steel. I'm like, oh shit. I go down and go, oh, my ankle. And I go down there and I grab my beanie out of my hat, or like my beanie out of my back pocket. And I grab the Jaeger and I put it in the beanie and I like literally hand it off to my friend. Like, I'm okay. Good, cool. As we're walking, I go, sir, because I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, fuck, I'm busted. And he goes, you forgot your ticket stub. I'm like, it was past the Jaeger bottle around the entire, because my buddy's, his family's had season tickets since the 60s in Denver. I became like the mayor of his section. They still talk about it. Like everyone it was just like, I mean, I hope nobody had herpes because now we all have herpes, but we passed that bottle around the whole game. And then when Mary and Barbara ran out of bounds, I got T-bowed so hard, but they were so nice. Like, it's like White Sox Twitter. They were actually like, this guy's cool. He's not being a dick. You could be a dick and a fan of another team, but yeah, no, I smuggled the whole thing. It was another Jedi mind trick moment. I have witnesses for that. Vouch for me. But yeah, I thought it was dead. He's like, sir. I'm like, shit. He's like, your ticket. I'm like, yes, thank you. I'll take that.
So let me ask you this about the Bears. Do you think the Bears are trading up to try and draft Mac Jones?
I hope so. I like Mac Jones. Honestly, I wish the Bears would trade up and grab, is it Wilson? Zach Wilson?
Yes.
BYU? I'm a huge fan of his. I feel like everybody that, again, I just like with Jordan Davis. Is it Jordan? Wait, what's his name for the Packers? Jordan
Love, isn't it?
Jordan Love. Jordan Love was universally thought of to be a shitty quarterback in the Mountain West by the media. Flip around, my West Coast media friends all think that Zach Wilson is a diamond in the rough. Like the exact opposite of the same people with Zach Wilson. So I think that if the Bears could find a way to get Zach Wilson, I think that's awesome. But that's going to take a lot. You're going to have to probably trade 2 firsts or like a first and a third.
See, I wouldn't have a problem with it, except for it's Ryan Pace and, the quarterback track record. So I don't trust anything at QB. Yeah, he's got to on defense, but this is like QB number 3 that's just shit.
Well, and not only that, but to me, Ryan Pace is sort of like the hipster guy who everyone says you should do this. Well, I'm going to show you how smart I am, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to zig instead of zag. Yeah. And because you trade up when you didn't need to draft Trubisky. Mm-hmm. You draft Trubisky when you got, and I'm not even going to give him grief about Mahomes because nobody expected Mahomes to become what he's become.
Right.
But you had Deshaun Watson there. Now, maybe they lucked out in not drafting Deshaun Watson with all the stories we're hearing now. Because
it's getting weird now.
Yeah, I'm sure Virginia McCaskey would be real happy about that stuff right now. So maybe they did dodge a bullet on multiple fronts, but that doesn't excuse the fact of how much you gave up for this guy when you didn't need to. Because even if you missed him at 2 and San Francisco took him or someone else traded in and took him, you still have the number 3 pick and you go get Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, sometimes you're going to miss on QBs in the draft.
Yes.
It's just everything else. It's signing Glennon and thinking that's going to be a solid guy to have to be your bridge or whatever. Trading for Foles and then now Andy Dalton. And I hate. It's not really like shitting on the White Sox or like making fun of the White Sox, but I just remember you know, like that same day when they signed Dalton, and then like you know, a couple hours later, it's like, oh well, you know, sources say the Bears offered this, this, and this for Russell Wilson, but like, you know, the Seahawks said no. It's like, okay, well, try harder.
Well, it's like the Zach.
Like,
what's the pitcher from Philly that? Who's the pitcher from Philly that the Sox were chasing? Zach Wheeler.
Oh, Zach Wheeler.
Remember, right after he signed with Philly, like an hour or two later, the White Sox had the better offer out there and everything. It's because they were so gun shy because of what happened the year before with Machado. Because Kenny Williams went out and gave that infamous speech about we had a better offer and I don't think we're cheap. And it comes out it's $50 million less in guaranteed money.
Yeah.
And you're like, you may have had the better offer, but you guaranteed $250, they guaranteed $300. Which way do you think he's gonna go?
Yeah. And it's just like it's so annoying. I mean, we're like, again, it's Glennon, it's Trubisky, it's Foles, now it's Dalton. It's like hey, maybe the guy that they end up like drafting up for, like maybe he is good, but like I can't trust these guys. I can't trust Ryan Pace or Nagy to do anything right now.
And the scary thing is, you don't know how long their contracts are for now. They've taken their contract status off of the Bears website.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing something about that recently, but I wasn't sure what that was about. It was that? Oh my God.
It said that they were signed through 2021, the 2021 season. Yeah. And that statement has been removed from their profiles. And you know, are they acting like, you know, I felt Pace without question should have been fired. Without question should have been fired. Nagy, it's 50-50. You know, he can only work with what he's been given, and he wasn't the one here when the Trubisky selection was made. From all accounts, Nagy was totally in on the Mahomes pick in KC when it was made. I've read multiple stories saying he was all about Mahomes. Go get this guy. So, and it sounds like John Fox even wanted Mahomes. And that
was the whole thing, right? That Pace didn't want to hear anything from. Yeah, he cut him out.
Right. Yep. And you know, and it's to me, it's that hipster doofus, like the guy who brags, "Oh, I saw that band before they got popular and sold out." That's who he reminds me of.
It's just like, honestly, my worst fear, I guess, is like, let's say they do trade up and like they trade like future first round picks, and you know, like they don't do anything, and then they get fired, and then the new GM he's gonna pick his QB. What if he doesn't like whoever they draft? Yeah, and then we're just gonna be in a repeating cycle here.
The cycle of failure, which has plagued the Bears forever.
Yes, really since the end of the Ditka years. It's been the cycle of failure. And the problem is you have guys making decisions who have no football knowledge, and they're very comfortable in their jobs. Let's face it, George McCaskey isn't going anywhere.
No.
Forget it. He's not going to I think Ted Phillips has one job left for the Bears. And that's Arlington Park.
So you think that's a real thing? You think that's a real thing? You think they're going to leave the Park District and head out to the suburbs? And
yep,
I hate it.
Make more money,
but I can tell you, it's a lot cheaper for me to stay out there than it is to stay in the suburb.
Right?
Well, actually, no, it's not.
They can get more money. They can get more deals. They can get the Super Bowl. They can get everything. Like, everything that they can.
Throw out a hot take real quick. Side note: speaking of Super Bowls, 2024 Super Bowl, Las Vegas, Nevada, coming. Happening.
Yep. I was when I signed the PSL agreement, they said it was 2024 or 2025. That's what they told me. 2024. Done. And I also heard that the national championship football game will be there within the next couple of years too.
Nice.
Yep. An NFL draft next year.
Yep.
Our makeup draft.
Yes. Yep.
That we were expecting like. What were the numbers were like absurd what we were expecting here in Vegas. My girlfriend's clients were like, they were prepping again for April, May, or whatever it was. Like, was it late April?
End of April.
huge. Like they were talking about because I know Nashville like set the record. It was like 1.2 million, and Vegas was going to like double that. Like it was going to be like an open area, like $2 drinks, like a Vegas like shit show, and we'll get it again.
But I got part of the plan told to me the day I went to their offices. The plan was that the draft announcements were going to be done at the Bellagio, and the draftees were going to walk across the water.
There's a boat. They had a boat. They had a boat ready. There was a boat. Have you seen the boat? It was like a little show. Like it was.
I think you showed us on the chat one time, didn't you, Kevin?
Yeah, I did. It was a red carpet, like a red carpet boat that bridges you. Like each one bridged you. Like they didn't have the fountains on because that would blast you. That'd be like the enema from hell. But I mean, I would love to see someone moon over that hammy. That would be just disastrous. But look, I hear Andre Bocelli, and there went my. It sounded Italian, but it felt like shit.
Yes. Well, talk about a colon blow.
It takes 5,000 bowls of brand. Yeah.
That's one hell of a bidet.
Darren, sorry. So Darren, the intern has shown up. What up?
Hey, Darren, how's it going?
Good to see the D man.
Yes,
the D train.
But no, the Bears just, and the thing is, like what they were talking about for Wilson, for Watson, with all the first round picks and everything else. To me, you make that move if you're that one player away.
Yep.
They got other holes they need to fill besides that. And I think that would have just set them further back personally. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the player they were getting. But Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson can't block. And now if you got Hicks gone, he can't tackle. He can't stuff the run. So that's all. And the two names I heard that, what was the deal? It was like 3 first-rounders, a 3rd rounder, and then 2 players. Roquan Smith was one of them going to Seattle if that deal went through. So you're weakening yourself in other areas.
Did you see our special guest? Did you see him? Do you see him in the waiting room right now?
I don't.
I'm gonna give him an introduction. I'm gonna give him the real introduction, just because my man has risked life and limb to do this. He's a Sox fan. He's a Bulls fan. He's misguided in the NFL. That's a poor life choice, but whatever.
Don't tell me he's a Packer backer.
The man went for it. The man rolled out. He poured waxies on the chesty. He did like the most sensual scene that I have seen since Body of Evidence with Willem Dafoe and Madonna. This is, and then he got it, and then he did a 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah,
we know he may be 40-year-old, but we know he's not a virgin. Not with that sexy body. Here he is, guys, for the first time on Tainted Glove. Let's get Bardo.
What's up, guys?
And this one is not brought to you by PointsBet.
Bravo.
Sorry, this is a joke.
He's hiding in the dark on us.
What's going on?
I gotta get that thing off. Now we can see. Yeah, you were
I'm
in
in
your
the car. I got.
Oh.
Yeah, the kids are going crazy upstairs.
Well, isn't that what kids are for?
Hey, I'm drinking though.
Same technology right now.
Yeah, outside.
All right, I have to ask. How much did that shit hurt?
You sold
it. Well, pouring the wax or getting waxed?
Yes.
Let's start with. Let's start with because the first one you did like the whole video like where like it was like you had music to it.
Yeah,
it had some feel, and then you dropped the lit candle straight just on your squat chest. That was like, how was that compared to getting like your shit actually waxed?
It was kind of bad. It's like whatever. I'm just gonna burn myself for the 108 tournament. I have nothing else to do. But the waxing hurt the most because my wife's she's a hairstylist, so she did it at her work. And then yeah, so that she enjoyed it.
In it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like I kept it like competitive though with Bennett, even though he has like fucking 5,000 followers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Great job, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
So-
though I put you on the second post.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings the most.
That was intentional, though. I wanted to fuck with you. I wanted you to be like, "What the mother?" Nah. I was always in the Husky camp. I was always in the Husky camp.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because some of the content this year has just been unreal. I mean, the stuff you did, the stuff Luke did cracked me up too, where he was doing famous Chicago sports scenes. He did.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell that Luke's a cross country coach and a teacher.
Yes. But there was one video that Luke made that he confessed that at the end of it, his pants fell down and he had to redo it. So I was hoping that we would get that when he did the shot.
What does it say? Oh,
Yeah, Husky.
Can you see the chat?
No,
Can you
it's
see the
dark.
chat on the right? Yeah, that's
dark.
where the magic is made.
Yeah. Hey, it's dark out. We don't know if Husky has a shirt on.
I do have a shirt on.
But the more important question: do you have pants on?
Oh, yes, I do. I have sweatpants on. So I tried. I don't know if you guys saw that photo I tried taking. Like Bennett was like stretching out Sunday soak. So I took the same photo, but my ball sack was hanging out in one of them. So I had to redo it.
I did see that photo. Yes.
So I was like, all right.
see that photo.
So it took me like five different shots, but I got it down.
So much sack in this tournament, by the way. Like between you and then Billy, like there's been a lot of, and then I mean, honestly, like you've shown off, I think, the most skin of anybody in the 108. Like, and it's been now we've moved multiple rounds, still combined skin shown. You're already the skin. You're the show me some skin champion of the 108 tournament.
I hope so.
Oh, Mr. Skin.
It is.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
What do you guys
So
think? What do you guys think about the Eloy news today? That kind of stung.
I think I'm gonna. Fidds and I talked about this earlier. This is another situation where Tony La Russa is the perfect manager for this team.
I agree.
You know, because, and just to give you some context, what we were talking about, I had been thinking about it, and most of the conversation we had was before the Eloy announcement came out.
Yeah.
And I said, I think La Russa's, at the time I said, I think La Russa's the perfect manager for the job for two key reasons. One, who's better to build a winning culture than a guy who's won a World Series and been in multiple World Series with multiple franchises?
Agree.
You know, he's got three with Oakland, 3 with St. Louis.
Yeah. I think today showing in like the spring training game, especially just hitting the singles, stealing is going to be a big thing for this team this year.
Yep.
So you got
and I was going to say that's why I want Madrigal batting second.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying Madrigal 9. I go, no, Madrigal 2. Reason being, Tony loves to do the hit and run. And I would rather put Madrigal slap hitter there than waste someone like Makata or something else who could possibly put the ball out of the park. And having Makata do that instead of Madrigal to me is a waste.
Yeah, agree.
Ooh, sorry to interrupt, boys, but I gotta go. Nice talking to you. Nice meeting you, Husky.
You too, Aldo. Hopefully you have internet next week.
All right.
He'll have internet. And I'll
See
be
you
in
guys.
Cabo.
Well, let's hope. All right,
Later,
bye.
bud. Bye. But, you know, that was the first thing. I think Madrigal should bat second. That's just me. The second thing is, with everything that's happened in the last year, you know, COVID and everything else, you're going to need a guy who knows how to manage a bullpen. And who better than the guy who invented the modern bullpen usage to do it? You know, and you can say what you want about his off the field activities. I think everyone agrees that that's not good. And, you know, it
could be better.
It could be better. Yes, it could be better.
Yeah.
And that there's zero tolerance, which there absolutely should be. But I mean, if you want to build a sustainable winning culture, because remember, this is a franchise that's never made back-to-back playoff appearances. So
that boggles my mind. By the way.
I know
that statistic really does. As much as Cubs fans like to bitch about the last like 5 years,
Yes.
it's been every year with a 163rd game or more.
I would take that on the south side
in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Yep. Right? We said that as Cub fans. We said that before this happened.
Yep.
Before it happened, we were like, I'd take anything. God, give me one World Series and I'll die a happy. Nope.
I said that
again.
Yeah, I said that going into the 2005 series. All I want, God, is just this one.
Yeah,
I said that on Friday night before game one.
I'll be good. And then you're like, the next shipwreck, you're like, again, I'll be good, God. Next shipwreck. No, you can't down the road. Yeah. You got one of those. That's
right.
That's why I will never ask for free tickets. I told Chris, you win a World Series, I'll never ask for anything ever again. Mm-hmm. And I asked for him to let me crash on his couch. But whatever.
And I believe you also asked him for a hat recently too, didn't you?
No, he gave that to me. That was my. I swear to God, on everything, I have not asked other than my cousin's birthday wishes one year, like 4 years ago. I have never asked that kid for a damn thing. That's the thing is he paid in. I told him you paid in full. Now Shreve needs. He owes me some golf clubs. He owes me a vacation. He owes me a player's weekend patch on his damn shoulder. But no, not Chris. No. But Jason, yeah, because I know things. I don't. There's no dirt on Chris because Chris doesn't have dirt.
Oh, by the way, guess who has just joined the chat?
Is it the Canadian?
Yes, it is.
Palladium. I don't know. I tried to go with it.
It is your friend and mine, friend to everyone, Jeff the Giant.
What's up, Jeff?
Jeff, you are a friend of the show. Even though you're going against Zoe, tomorrow is a nice off.
Oh, I love the beer bong yesterday. That was awesome.
Yes.
The mini beer bong. I was like, that is perfect.
You know what would be really funny though if Jeff turned heel and like just totally became like an asshole tomorrow, like because he's the nicest dude on Twitter, and he all of a sudden he's like turns into like Austin Aries and he's like running it at you, and you're like, what? That would be a total like plot twist.
No,
do it,
I think no. He should join.
Product.
No, what he should do is join Ken WO and Bad Guys Radio. That would be the perfect.
Oh my God! Like if he went on there with Ken WO, like
with Ken and King Mac.
Did I throw it out there? Sorry. So as Zoe's campaign manager, I will feed you this information. It's a good guy off tomorrow. It is 100% how nice you can be to the other person at all. Like, because it would be anti-character for both of you to do anything other than totally being nice. Hey, yeah, like if you
another Roadhouse reference here. Be nice. Be nice until it's time not to be nice. I mean, the Dalton thing keeps coming back to Roadhouse.
Yes.
All roads lead back to Roadhouse. Are you kidding me right now? All lead back to Dalton and his wisdom.
I'm telling you, Dalton's coming in to clean up the double douche known as Lake Forest, and then take care of the bad guy, Aaron Rodgers, also known as Brad Wesley. I'm telling you, it's fitting.
Oh, you Bears fans! It's hilarious.
You hurt your product there. You hurt the content when you jump out there. You want to really make a run in the welterweight tournament. You're gonna have to drop those boogers and pee up top. You're gonna have to throw them to the wayside if you want to make a run in the 108. Don't let Summer of George fool you. He's gonna lose eventually because his Achilles heel is that he's a damn scoler. He's a skull, which is like there's Packer fans which you respect because it's like. You guys actually win. Then there's the skull.
No, we choked earlier. The NFC Championship.
Longer to get on. I had to take a skull, and that's why the show was late because my colon was full, and so I skulled out. So we can all agree that the Vikings are, and Kirk Cousins is the most overpaid.
Yes.
He took a Super Bowl defense or an NFC title game defense and turned it into a non-playoff team for what? How many $1 million? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He put a running game. Beat a team with a 500.
I always tell guys I know who are Viking fans. Every time they score, they'll tweet "skull," and I'm like, "Red man is better."
True. Alex, stop messing with the fantasy. Shh.
So, are you going to? You guys are obviously you're in Vegas. Are you going to home opener?
Yes.
Okay.
I might. I don't know if I will, but I know he.
What's the schedule for the 51s? Are they
51s are waiting? Yeah, they're starting in May. They had to push it up a month.
Yeah,
but yeah, $2 beer night will be back. That is great because they built the stadium where I live. I could walk to the new Aviator Stadium. Like it is, and it's a gorgeous ballpark. Like it's pushed right up against where the Golden Knights practice. So like if you hit a bomb to left field, you're actually hitting the practice facility for the Golden Knights. So there are days where the Golden Knights are walking out of practice. Why not? I'm going to go watch a baseball game. Dudes roll in and like they're chilling in the left field like concourse, just hanging out and drinking beers because practice is over. And like a lot of those guys, I mean, it's playoff time, but generally, like again, when it started in April, they were still out there. Like they go to games. Like it's pretty neat to see because Vegas isn't like a huge like metropolis like Chicago. Like you can walk through Chicago and not run into people. In Vegas, in Summerlin, which is where they're at, you're gonna run into everybody. Like OJ's out here. Like you're gonna go to dinner. You're gonna, hey, what's up? Oh God, that's OJ. It's if you live here, you're gonna run into people. And that stadium.
What golf course does OJ hit?
Red Rock, but he was at Angel Park a few weeks ago. Was it a few weeks ago? A few weeks ago. Yeah. He was at Angel Park a few ago. He's a golfer. That's gotta be so. He goes to Grape Street, I think, is a place he regulars a lot. He's a frequent at Grape Street.
Yeah.
But people take like he's like a national monument. That's the only thing that's so weird to me is like, hey, I'm gonna go take a picture with OJ. But like OJ's like sweet. He pulls on the OJ smile. Like it's OJ like from the 80s where he's like on every Hertz rental car commercial ever. But these people are taking picture with him so they can tell their friends, I just go picture with OJ and he didn't kill me. It's so stupid. Like it's like, let karma do its thing, but like you're glorifying anything. In Vegas, it's the thing to let people just be themselves. Like it's shut up and let him, like he's gonna go do whatever. But there's again, it's same with like Nicolas Cage, his kid, like his kid's name's Kal-El. He goes to school here. I mean, your name is Kal-El, and you go to high school. And you're named after Superman's like space.
Wait, his kid is named Kal-El?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Wow. Wow.
But you let them live because it's Nicolas Cage's kid.
Yeah.
You'll see him singing karaoke.
Yeah. I thought, what is Gwyneth Paltrow's kid's name? That was
also she lived here for a while because she had her show.
I think Matthew McConaughey's son or nephew has like a random like beer name. He was on, something random like that. Yeah, it's like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Apple. That's the kid's name. Apple.
Yes.
Apple Martin. Okay. Poor kid.
Nectarine. Which would be a delicious name.
Yeah.
I have students named Champagne. I mean, that's fine. I always say cheers when I take attendance. When they're there. When they're there. I actually had a great student. Her name was Champagne. I'm like, present. Cheers. Making an alcohol joke at school. No, I wasn't. I was just saying cheers. I had coffee.
So, okay, Fidds, a couple weeks ago, you did that Pee Wee Herman thing. After I watched that, I went on like a Pee Wee Herman kick for like the last couple of days looking like stuff he like was in. That
Blue
shit was
Brothers.
Hilarious. That was like the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, you've never seen Nice Dreams?
No.
That whole movie is great. Correct? It's so underrated. Like
next movie too. Yeah. He's in next movie as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And then
in this one, he's like, would you like a hamburger? Bruce Springsteen's fucking the whole thing up. Like he's just like, and he comes back. I'm not sorry I took the money. Like,
and then speaking about Roadhouse, like I didn't realize Patrick Swayze was in The Outsiders.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was like, holy
Macchio.
hell. Yeah.
So,
that was like a
Tom
all-star
Cruise.
class. Yeah,
Tom
I was like,
Cruise,
holy
Rob
shit.
Lowe.
Yep. Tom Cruise is actually what I forget from that movie, by the way.
What you say?
In Outsiders, I forget that Tom Cruise is the forgettable one in that movie because there's Macchio, there's C. Thomas Howell, there's Patrick Swayze, Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe, that little guy, Tom Cruise. And then he was in an airplane. You're like, oh God, he's big.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I read the beginning of the Top Gun script today to my class. Actually, like for like the first paragraph today. I'm like, they were like, "What's a big Mr. Fiddler?" I'm like, "Ugh."
The original or the new one?
The original. No. So
Okay.
we use we have an account. It's called Sneak on the Lot. It's fantastic for young filmmakers, for like kids. younger, like high schoolers. It's a whole site that has like the screenplays are like all the back, like they have like 190 different screenplays, all the Jurassic Parks, all the Back to the Futures, like so the kids can like read the script, watch their movies that they love, but you can compete and you can like post your own videos and people like watch them and like they criticize them, but you get like points by it. It's like it's almost like The Sims for young filmmakers. Like you go on the lot and like your avatar goes to the editing bay and then you have to edit something. It's an editing challenge. So it's a really cool thing, but they have the screenplays, and I love reading screenplays, watching movies because it's never the same. And so that's why, again, I didn't sleep the other night because fucking Justice League was incredible.
Snyder's cut, that was pretty good.
I couldn't go to sleep. I loved it. I love the slow burn. I love a Zack Snyder narrative. Yes, slow motion would have made it like a 2.5-hour movie if you got rid of it, but it's fine. He's just so good, and Joss Whedon can really now suck a big old donkey dick.
Isn't Joss Whedon in a little trouble for some other things?
Because he's a dickhead. Absolutely. Well, from how he treated people on the set.
I thought there was some other issues as well.
I know that the Buffy people came out against him. The pregnant, what's her name? Charisma
Carpenter.
Charisma Carpenter. She was pregnant, and he goes, "Are you going to keep the baby?" Like when she showed up on set pregnant. Like it was not, or at least according to her, was not great.
Yeah. Don't worry, he'll make his big comeback in like 5 years.
Would have ever to tell you that James Cameron's really difficult to work with?
Color me shocked when you say that.
I've
heard the stories about Cameron.
It's hard to because being a hard ass and like just being like annoyed with people not being on your speed is completely different than being a total like POS. Like you know what I mean? Like as a coach, you're like, God, dude, let's go. But like when you're on set and like you're like your mind's like flashing.
Yeah.
That whole disconnect. Like Stanley Kubrick was he was an asshole. He tortured his actors. Like you have these directors. We lose them?
No.
These directors and filmmakers.
Ask Olive Oil about that because he fucked her up for good in Shining. Shelley Duvall. I couldn't think of her name.
And so that, like, what is art? Sometimes art is pulling the most awkward feelings out of people. Yeah, 1 million shots. Yeah, he would literally film a scene like 75 times in a row, and he would never look at the monitor. He would watch the like. But that's anyway. It's like Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa looks at the lineup. He doesn't see the same thing we see.
No.
Stanley Kubrick looks at the scene.
He's 5 steps ahead, at least. Oh, yeah.
It's not even like that 5D chess thing. It's just like he understands. He's been here, done that. You can't be Tony La Russa and not go, been here before. Like I joked with you earlier today. I'm like, I've had a guy tear a labrum. It's been there, done that. When you've been there and done that, you know exactly what to expect. Tony La Russa already knows what to expect. And it's the same kind of thing you're looking for.
And as I tell people, take Tony La Russa and put him in the dugout. What opposing manager do you think has a tactical advantage over him? Zero.
None.
Zero. None. Now put not to bash Ricky Renteria, but put Ricky Renteria in that situation. Francona has a tactical advantage over him, no question. I'm trying to go through all the. I would say Matheny probably has a tactical advantage over him.
But Shane's following me now.
Is he?
Yep. It's the big blue check mark. Shane, how do you say his name? Shane
Reardon.
Shane Reardon followed you. I'm like, sorry, Shane. I didn't. Oh, God. I was just making a joke. But yeah, he's now following me. So now it's awkward.
Yeah. But, again, going back to La Russa, I just think as I mentioned to you, first off, I told anyone who would listen, Hinch was never, ever happening. No way Jerry was signing off on AJ Hinch. No way. And for all those people who bitch about, well, Jerry got in the way of Rick Hahn hiring his man, I'm going to give you 2 other examples that people don't bitch about where Jerry did the exact same thing. In 1997, he brought Phil Jackson back against the wishes of Jerry Krause. And in 2003-04, do you remember who the Sox were set to hire? When Jerry walked into Kenny Williams and said, hey, can you give Ozzie an interview? Ozzy was not on the interviewee list until Jerry went into the office and asked Kenny to do it. Do you know who the Sox were going to hire? They were hiring Cito Gaston.
Oh, Cito.
Because Kenny played for Cito in Toronto at the end of his career.
By the way, awesome baseball name, by the way. Just
Clarence Cito Gaston. By the way,
So-
awesome 1974 Topps baseball card, too, with the Washington National League team
ooh.
when the Padres were supposedly rumored to be going there.
Can we come to an agreement, by the way, as Cubs and Sox fans?
Mhm.
Can we? And sorry if Salty Dan, because Salty Dan is totally in my book. He's like, when I'm a head coach again, he's one of my first hires as an assistant. But Salty Dan is a Padres fan. But can we all agree that Padres fans right now are like legitimately insufferable? Like I'm stuck on the West Coast. I'm stuck with Dodger fans and now Padre fans. Like, whereas if they've done anything.
Hey,
At
least the Dodgers have something to back it up with.
Exactly. I don't
know?
mean to insult Padre fans, but tone it back and win a fucking playoff series for a second.
Hey,
Like the Twins fans.
Yes, 18 in a row.
Bring up that tease.
Has he played yet since he left the game the other day? Have you heard anything more?
No, they're probably being extra cautious. Again,
Well,
you don't root for that stuff just because it just
Right.
makes you feel like you don't root for that. Like you want him to
Right.
be okay. And I think he's okay. They was caught precautionary. Like he didn't do anything like major. It's kind of like again. I think it's like with Eaton with Eaton hamstring.
Oh, Angle.
Or wait,
No.
did say Eaton? Adam Angle.
Yeah,
God, it's
Angle,
Adams.
yeah.
One of the Adams.
Yeah.
Sorry, that is going to happen all year long. I'm going to be like Eaton, Angle.
Everyone wants him
Aries,
to play
I don't know.
every
There's
day.
a fill of Adams. At one point, they had Adam Dunn and Adam Eaton.
God, a lot of Adams. You think it was almost like
Adam
the
Dunn
University of
plays
Chicago
left
and they
field,
were
he can't.
splitting them. Got it. Sorry.
What's that? What did you say,
I
Husky?
said Adam Dunn can play left field, but Eloy can't, which drives me nuts.
Well, Adam Dunn knows the rule, like the Carlos Lee rule, the Albert Bell rule. Here's your area. This is all you really worry about, trying to make a catch. If it's farther that way, or if it's farther that way, let Robert handle it. If it's this way, go run and pick it up and throw it in.
It's like the whole Andrew Vaughn thing. I'm like, I'm kind of iffy on that.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about Andrew Vaughn, I don't think you. How can I say this? With Andrew Vaughn, I think he's going to hit. I really do. But you're giving a guy who hasn't hit above A ball, you're starting him opening day and putting this on him. That's a lot to ask. And it is not an indictment of him or his ability or anything else. It is a matter of risk management. I think it is a huge, huge, huge risk to take with him at this point in time. And I know Fidds keeps telling me the guy's going to hit, don't worry about it. I don't doubt that, but I just think it's a tough nut to crack to start the season with when you have expectations.
You think he's going to get an extension?
Oh, I think they're probably already done.
Yeah. I know all these food burners are like, oh, yeah, it's coming. It's like, yeah, okay. Just
Well, Al's Cheesy Beef was it Al's or was it Portillo's? I can't remember which food burner it was this morning. Had the torn pec or the ruptured pec like 2 hours before Han's press conference.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If the
How about this, by the way? I'm a little offended. MLB on Fox, White Sox fans, Brewers fans, Billboard in Wrigleyville, as if anybody in Chicago gives two shits about the Brewers. B, White Sox fans, you care about the Twins. And the Cubs fans don't care about the Brewers. It's the Cardinals. Like, are you serious? Like, you're clean it up, MLB intern.
Well, they're going based off that contest, and the showdown is Sox and Brewers in that semifinal.
They're trying to play some bullshit. What they're trying to play.
Well, no, that's how the voting turned out. Because you should be happy the Sox beat the Cardinals.
Yeah. I'm very happy, and I still don't care about the Brewers. Like they mean, it's not the Packers. Like the Packers are good. The Brewers are.
Well, it's funny because
or whatever the hell it used to be, but ain't even one shit since.
Well, it's funny that you talk about the Sox and Cubs. I wrote something last year, and I said The Cubs are not a rival of the White Sox, and it's
No.
a matter of simple mathematics. A game versus the Sox and Twins, there's a 2-game swing. Sox and Cubs, there's a 1-game swing.
Yep.
The priority should be 2 over 1.
Indians,
Right? Indians,
even the damn
Royals,
Tigers.
Indians, Tigers, Royals, Twins, and for the Cubs, like Cardinals, Brewers, who else am I missing in there? Reds and Pirates.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of mathematics, 2 versus 1. And you wouldn't believe some of the grief I got for that. The Cubs are a rival. I'm like, listen, if I'm playing the Cubs on a Sunday and I have a 3-game series coming up against the Twins that might decide the division, guess what? Guys are resting on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't get the whole, especially like I'm 30, so I know back in the day they only played like spring training exhibition. So
and they had 1 exhibition during the season.
Yeah. So it's like there's no rivalry there. It's just I feel like it's like the new generation just trying to make a thing out of it.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. It's like I don't get the whole thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just
and Mailman Jack, basically responded saying, unfortunately, most meatheads don't understand that, and that's true. It's a simple matter of mathematics. It's I look at everything in sort of a risk lens. Where would you get bigger bang for your buck by starting your varsity? A Sunday day game against the Cubs or a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series against the Twins? I don't think there's any question. And the same thing applies to the Cubs. Where's
a win most advantageous?
Right.
A win is most advantageous when you defeat a divisional rival.
Yes.
And you get out of your car and you put your
it's the
seatbelt.
same thing with the Cubs.
Set your car alarm.
Yeah. Yep. But it's the same thing with the Cubs.
The 108 tournament, I have watched Bears fans choose Vikings fans over former Cubs fans because they were former Cubs fans. Like, to me, I'm like, again, this is me as someone that actually, the old phrase, like, when I was a child, I did childish things, but when I became a man, I did manly things, whatever. It took me till I was like in my 40s to realize that this whole bullshit Cubs and White Sox rivalry is absolutely bullshit. Why can we not be happy with intercity teams having success more so when they're both good and we could commandeer the entire baseball conversation with the Red Line World Series, which is what I want more than anything else. Like, I don't get why.
I would love to see it, but I think the city would burn down.
Yeah, it will burn. Everyone will start each other.
3/4 of it will burn your direction, but it's okay. Like, it's fine. It's what it is.
Right.
But there doesn't need to be like a hatred. Like, honestly, like I really do. And I can't say this a million times over. I am going to be very happy when the White Sox have a very good season this year. Mm-hmm. I was very sad about Eloy because I liked Eloy, but I'm very sad because this is a huge part of the White Sox. I am not happy that the White Sox now hit a kind of like a little bit of a fork in the road. I am most happy when Chicago sports are on ESPN in the first 10 minutes when it's not fucking Boston, it's not freaking New York, it's not LA, it's not fucking Texas. Mm-hmm. Let's make Chicago like the discussion. Bulls, Cubs, Sox. Mm-hmm. God, please, Bears,
please.
I'll pause on the Blackhawks are on their way too.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I don't want to bring up their record against the Golden Knights. I don't want to besmirch them.
Have they beat the Golden Knights yet? Once? Okay.
I think it was once.
Yeah.
And it was a playoff. It was the playoff game, wasn't it? I think because they played
like
a 5-game
it was
series.
It was the first playoff game. It was game.
It's been
1.
a while. Like it's been like almost not. But they're not even the same. Like they're not even like it doesn't matter. Again, it's like same thing. Now it doesn't matter. They've moved. They've shifted everything around. Like it's just funny for friends because again, I wasn't a big hockey person. Mm-hmm. I said when the Golden Knights came to Vegas, okay, I'll root for a hockey team finally. It was Cubs. It was baseball, football, basketball, and then hockey was like. So like for me, I was like, it was not a problem. Like it was a casual like flip friend or whatever. You would never get me. I would never trade the Cubs out. I would never trade the Bears out. As much as I will root for the Raiders as an AFC team because they're Vegas, they play the Bears. It's all you're done. I'm coming out with the heavy barrel. We're gonna crap all over the Raiders. But hockey was the one. Again, Notre Dame. I mean, UNLV basketball is dead-ish, but not maybe for long, hopefully. So there's really nothing else. Like, so I just don't get that. I now at this age, I think I've matured enough to think that I'd rather the White Sox have success and Chicago get the headlines. Like, it's better.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. In my 20s, it was the battle of it, and I've never had any issue with a real Cub fan, a true Cub fan. Never had any issue. It was the frat boys who would sit there and, tell you that Ryan Sandberg was the second baseman, and you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that name that way. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And those were the ones I would.
I've actually got to do a barroom brawl for that. So.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Ranch out in Elgin.
Those are the ones I've always gone back and forth with, And after winning the World Series, after seeing the Sox win the World Series in 2005, which is something I thought, in all honesty, I would never see, and after having been lucky enough to go to both games, I looked at my friends who were Cub fans, and I'm like, I hope you can get that once. Just that feeling, It took them a little longer, And I had one guy who worked for me in 2005, and huge Cub fan, and he was talking about before Game 6. He goes, "Man, if they go to a 7th game, I might drive up to Cleveland and go to the game." Blah blah blah. And one of the biggest regrets of my life is not boarding a plane on October 26, 2005, to go to Houston. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life.
I actually almost went to root for the
but
I had a free ticket. My friend slept in their car and ate McDonald's for every meal and slept in their car in the McDonald's parking lot for that series. But he also went down there for the Cardinal series too, and he got disappointed.
But he walks in, I'm like, "Why the hell are you here?" He's like, "Well," I go, "Get your ass in your car, drive out to fucking Cleveland. You can make it there before game time, and go see if they fucking do it." I kicked him out.
Yeah.
I kicked him out of the office. I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." And he comes back to me 2 days later, and all he said was, "Thank you." I said, just give me a goddamn vacation form, okay? I'll sign it. Just get it to me soon.
You know what they call that? They call that foresight.
Yeah.
I know that when the Cubs were, again, when the Cubs were in the World Series, I remember it was a Wednesday and the Cubs played game 1 on Friday. I got on Frontier Airlines and I got their little, it was like pay $40 to join the Frontier Airlines, blah, blah, blah. I didn't need luggage. I don't give a shit. I'll put a backpack on my back with I need t-shirts. You don't wear the jeans for 3 days. It's fine. Shoes on my feet, jeans. Just give me the undershirts and the underwear and the socks. That's it. That's all I need. In a backpack. I didn't need my laptop. I had my phone. On a Wednesday, roughly like 11 a.m. at school, the Cubs now at this point it was a Friday game, like a confirmed.
Yeah. And Jack, you're right.
Rolled on to Frontier Airlines, paid that like whatever, $30. I got $29 round trip, or both ways. So $60, $58 round trip. No luggage. By the time it was over, I spent maybe $80 to fly to Chicago. Had a place to crash. Adam Nissen, bless his heart, from Sports Mockery. Now the great coach at Jesus, what's his high school? Saint Catholic something. And we crashed at his place. He had White Castle within walking distance of his house. It was fantastic. I walked around the city. I think I logged 13 miles in the morning because my flight arrived at like 5 in the morning. So I had to kill time. So I walked the lakefront at sunrise, got to see you want to talk about something that, how many of you guys do this? I'm going to be honest. How many of you have actually rolled up to roughly like Riverwalk-ish, walk down the Chicago River and then take that right turn at the lake at sunrise and just walk the lakeside at sunrise.
Gorgeous.
I do that every time I go to Chicago. I take the red eye because I know that I have a place to go at noon. I want this walk, and it's the most incredible thing to watch is to just take that walk and just go down.
I like going to Lincoln Park Zoo, just hop on Lakeshore Drive.
Yep.
Just go
and
get the whole view.
Yep. And the other cool thing to do, Memorial Day weekend, when they do that bike to drive, when they close off Lakeshore Drive, so just for bike riders.
Yeah.
Because they start that before dawn. So you could be on Lakeshore riding your bike when the sun comes up. It's awesome.
I got. And now that you're making me fall more in love with Chicago. Let's talk about it. We talked about it in the chat. I want to hear some of these stories from your favorite pizza place that was on finally Barstool Sports this week.
Vito and Nick's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I took my first date there ever. That's where my first ever date was. In high school, a girl named Laura, and better believe it, blonde,
Blue eyes.
No, brown actually.
Okay.
Medium chest, you know. But
eyes up top, Pete.
But no, that's where I took my first date ever. Many a night there was a bar down the street from there called Groucho's.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, many a night was spent at Groucho's because I knew a couple of the guys who bartended there. So we would order pizzas. I'd walk over, pick them up, bring them back because it's like a half a block walk. We'd sit there and eat pizza and stay at Groucho's till like 4 a.m. because Groucho's was one of the 4 a.m. licenses. And I've slept in the parking lot between Groucho. It's not Groucho's anymore because I think they got closed down during the pandemic. And the dry cleaner that was across the parking lot from them, I slept in that parking lot many a day. Where you got to remember one thing if you do that: put your keys in your pocket. Don't have them in the ignition.
Yep.
Because if you have them, they're going to bust you for drunk driving.
Put them in. You know what you do? You're supposed to put them in the glove box, right? Is that
right? Right.
The glove box.
We went down.
Actually, you know what I'm told the glove box doesn't work. Put it in your gas can. Your gas, like you can open your gas thing. Hop out of your car, put your keys in there.
Yeah.
It's still if you have like a key thing that can turn like the radio on, it should still get it. But if it's in there, there's no intent to drive. I've learned that.
I went down to
taught me that one.
Kentucky Derby a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then we threw the keys. We threw the keys in the back because we didn't have a place to stay. We just stood in the car. The cops came, so we throw them in the back.
Right. And to Jim's question, did I score? No, I was a respectable gentleman.
Well, it's not as bad as my first date with Lisa Brown, where I took her to see that new Spielberg movie that we had all heard about, that because we like Steven Spielberg and Jurassic Park had just come out in theaters. So I said, let's go see the new Spielberg lady, Lisa Brown. Schindler's List.
Oh, nice. Good quality movie.
Me and Lisa Brown never went on another date again.
Hey,
Oopsie.
were you pulling a Jerry Seinfeld there, and then you had Mailman Jack playing Newman, ratting you out to your parents?
God, it was so terrible. Like we went to the car. We didn't say a word on the ride home. We're like, bye. I need to think about this for a second. This movie just impacted me. I'm like, they're putting the rocks on the grave at the end. I'm like, God dang it. I don't even want to talk to this girl. I want to think. I want to actually go get coffee right now and just my mind is blown because it's, in my opinion, one of the most important films of the 10 most important films of all time. And at that point, at that age, even at that point, I realized that. But I'm like, Lisa Brown, her boobs are so great.
Don't worry. I took so a few years after Schindler's List came out, I took a woman, her name's Jennifer, on a date, and I said, where do you want to go to eat? She goes, oh, I don't care wherever you go to eat. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. So I took her to El Farol for burritos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
and
hey,
which one though? Which one?
Summit.
There it is.
Yes. Oh no, I took her to the classy one.
There's one in Elgin too that we went to in college.
Yeah.
My friends like, let's go to El Farol. I'm like, that's not Summit.
No,
it's fine. Burritos are good, but it's not RC Cola and beef.
Yeah. And then I took her to see a new movie that just came out that sounded pretty promising, and I know was popular with a lot of people. This thing called Titanic.
Oh, that's a good one too.
And there's a scene you might remember where she wants to be drawn, and I slip up.
One of your little French girls, Jack.
Yes, I slipped up and said, "Damn, look at the rack on her."
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
guys.
it's over.
Hey, Yumper, right on with your Tony's beef statement there. Right on. That might be the best beef in the city.
So, I'm stuck here, right? Where there is no good beef. Like, there's no Scala's, none. No place here serves Scala's. When I ask, I'm like, you have Scala's? They're like, the what? I'm like, oh, you use the crock pot and the pepperoncinis. Great job. Fun. And a little bit of like beef juice.
How's the
Great.
pizza out there?
Okay, so we have a couple good. I mean, we have a Rosati's, which is like if you're getting the tavern, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you want real pizza, like in Vegas, so we have a place here. It's called Metro Pizza. I don't know, Pete, you've been here in Vegas. It's owned by a guy named John Arenas. John is a 9-time world pizza champion. Metro Pizza here in Vegas is some of the best pizza you'll have in America, and in the world. He does a Detroit style. He does a Sicilian. He's got his regular. He doesn't claim. He actually says it's just Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, I have a friend Vinny. Now, if you've ever been to Vegas too, there is Evil Pie, which is an Evil Knievel themed pizza place on East Fremont, which has the most incredible pizza in Vegas. The chef that created that, his name is Vincent. Vincent now opened his own place called Good Pie. Evil, good, get it? And that's he opened his first place in the pawn shop, the Pawn Stars lot.
I remember asking you. Yeah,
we'll get a really good and his pizza is fantastic. And he does he actually won the world championship 3 years in a row for his gluten-free pizza. So if you're have a friend that has a celiac issue, his gluten-free pizza is the best you're going to get in the world. Period. Right. And that's that. So we have some good pizza here. I have a place here called Those Guys Pies. It's pretty good, but their cheesesteak is the best Philly cheesesteak I've ever had. I've never been to Philly, but it's the best I've had regular. So Vegas has some pretty good pizza now. But
all you need to know about Philly is one thing. Yeah. All you need to know about Philly is one thing. One thing only. There's a reason why those people are so fucking angry. Because the whole town smells like a giant fucking urinal. It smells like urine everywhere you fucking go. That's why they're always angry.
But when you get a whiz wit that hits that perfectly, I would be not angry for at least 4 minutes. No matter how bad it gets. A good whiz wit. Oh my god.
And by the way, to everyone watching, there is, if you ever have a New York guy tell you about New York pizza is so much better than
Connecticut.
First off, New York pizza. And I sent this to Fidds the other day. He asked me about the Vito and Nick stuff. And I said, every time one of those New York people talk about New York pizza, I go, hey, listen, Michael Scott pointed out your best pizza. It's a fucking Sparrow. Deal with it. And then they go, well, you saw that rat in that video that went viral, hauling the pizza down the stairs. He wouldn't give it up. I go, yeah, because someone threw it away.
Yeah, I grew up on the north side. The best pizza, we had north of the city. I don't know if you ever had Nancy's Pizzeria on
Nancy's. Oh, yes, and that comes in a paper bag. Yes. That's a paper bag pizza.
Yes, and then Congress Pizzeria,
Cottage back in the day.
Oh yeah. Nancy's is probably top 3 of my favorite.
Yeah,
their sausage is good. Their sausage was really good because it was named my grandma's Nancy. So I'm like, Nancy's Pizza. I'm like, is this yours? She's like, no. I'm like, well, give me the sausage and green peppers. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because there was a place on the north side. I know that one. I had it once, and it won several awards. Was it Great Lake Pizza? I think it was. It's gone now, but it was incredible. And the only reason I went there is because I read a story, and I'm like, I got to try this because everyone's raving about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Zoe is big on Rosangela's pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves it. Yep. And did you notice I put that in one of my videos the other day? I actually intentionally try to make people drool.
Yeah, and I noticed that they're opening up a dining area now,
which is actually pretty strange because it's basically carry out, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the socks tattoo?
Oh, solid, dude. So how long did that take, by the way?
4 hours.
That's a good piece of art.
Yes, it hurt like a pain in the ass.
Have you guys ever met Barry? Barry Bag of Donuts?
No.
No.
I know Joy Bag.
He's a paramedic, and he's the guy who has the black fireman's hat with the Sox logo on front.
Okay.
And he has the diamond sock on his arm, fully filled in. And then he has a tribute to Minnie Minoso above it, or maybe the reverse, but whatever. I'm like, dude, how fucking long did it take you to get that shit? I mean, because he had the sock, it matches what used to be on the patch with the diamond, then the black fill-in, and then the white sock in there. I'm like, I don't have any tattoos because, frankly, I'm a wimp. But I will admit, I went into a tattoo place once. I was 19 years old. I was so drunk, they kicked me out because the guy's like, I don't want your dumb ass bleeding all over the place if I try and give you a tattoo.
Oh yeah, that was the worst part. I drank so much the night before, and then like the next day I was just fucking bleeding, and my whole arm was bloody.
Yeah, yeah, because the alcohol thins your blood. It makes it, and then you'll bleed a lot easier if you get a tat. And I mean, I literally was like stumbling, bumbling, fumbling, drunk.
Was it making you guys laugh that my first tattoo was sober? Hadn't drank in weeks, but I was taking Rip Fuel at the time because I was told, hey, it's so healthy to help you lose weight and get really strong and ripped as a baseball player. I bled. He's like, dude, did you fucking tear one on last night? I'm like, no. He's like, you're bleeding like you just literally like came in from the bar. I'm like, why? And he told me, I'm like, oh, I had Rip Fuel. That thinned your, apparently, again, ephedra. Oh, no big deal. It's the 90s. Take some ephedra. No big deal about the holes in your heart.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's not good. So my first tattoo, which is a saint, it's the saint from the TV show, The Saint, like the halo one. Looks like a paper clip, really, and not lightning bolt, but it's supposed to be a halo and lightning bolt.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Hey, Yumper, is Falco still open on Archer and Cali? Right down the street from Kelly High School? And yeah, Yumper, just FYI here, you and Jack will understand this reference. When I was a kid, my mom would take me to the Dominic's on 71st and Pulaski. Then we go into the Kmart across the parking lot there, and then to Tony's Beef and go home for dinner. That was the routine. Jack's like, hell yeah. And Yumper wants you to get me a tattoo.
I'm going to get a tattoo of you, is what he wants me to get. He wants me to get an aloha on my like lower back.
I should get one of those dancing girls on my arm.
There you go. Get Jack Daniels on your arm.
Ooh.
That would be brought to you by Permanent Tattoo.
I could do that,
So I'm trying to figure out how to like hashtag. I'm totally trying to tag like the Vegas pizza people, by the way, so that when you guys come to Vegas, you guys will like totally get like a Chicago pizza discount or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm one letter. I got to eliminate one letter. It's like cutting your. Oh nope. I'll use the and sign. There we go.
Yeah.
The and sign always comes in handy sometimes.
Yeah.
I got my boy Las Vegas locally, by the way, who is. If you were coming to Vegas, all 7 of you, or anybody watching later, follow Las Vegas locally if you want to know what the hell is going on in Vegas right now, like the good stuff. Like, what am I going to go to when I come to Vegas? Vital Vegas is awesome too, but if you're more worried about not getting COVID, you want to listen to Las Vegas locally. Yeah, Vital Vegas is a great promoter of Vegas, but he thinks that it's kind of a hoax. So he's again fantastic personality. He knows what's going on in Vegas, but I like Las Vegas locally. If you're coming to Vegas for a trip, I know King Mac's coming next month. I'm gonna hang out with King Mac for a little bit next month.
Good for you. Maybe you'll get on Bad Guys Radio.
Oh, I'm gonna do a Bad Guys Radio like live something. We'll call it like I don't know. But Husky, so are you in Chicago?
Yes, I'm in the burbs now.
What burbs?
Villa Park, Lombard.
Villa Park. Okay. I went to Lake Park. Oh, I knocked my microphone thing. I went to Lake Park, so I'm from Roselle, Medina area.
Okay. Yeah, I hang out with my wife's cousins from like Itasca. They're all big Cubs fans.
Okay.
So
Itasca is like the best Chicago like village city to say with a Chicago accent. Itasca.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
grew up on the north side, so like Bonus Central.
Okay.
My freshman sophomore year, I went to Taft, and then junior senior year, I went to Maine South because they used my
Okay, Maine South.
grandfather's address. Yeah.
Also, the high school that Hillary Clinton went to, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
We played many baseball games out on that baseball field out there.
Yes. They're good at football too. Every year they in the state championship. Yeah. So grew up over there. So and then I met my wife. They're all big Cubs fans, and then they're
So you're in enemy territory every day.
Yep, I live with my in-laws too, so it's it's not too easy.
Mm-hmm.
So
and Jack, yes, I've been to Chesnon's.
So Husky, how did you become a Sox fan? Like what?
Yeah.
When did that happen? Like when did that? What was your moment? Like your epiphany?
When I was younger, I was in the YMCA. So when I was probably 5, 6 at the time, we used to get tickets to US Cellular, but we used to sit up on the upper deck, all the way up top for the summer camp, and then every year I did that for 7 years, and I just became the big Sox fan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just became the biggest Sox fan ever. I just loved the Sox. And then I actually worked on Halstead right there before it closed down due to the pandemic. I was a delivery driver, so I used to walk over to the Sox game, Sox Park, on just go to the game by myself and just have a drink. And then that's how I became a Sox fan. Because I used to go to the games when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad, that before he passed away, he was a big Sox fan also. So he used to tell me stories. And then he was he knew Minnie Minoso. He was just a big fan, and that just carried over to me. And then the reason I'm a Packers fan is because my mom's from Milwaukee. So so that that kind of my first jersey was a Favre jersey.
You kind of grew up in a Favre era. It's really hard to if you're in a Favre era, you're I mean, it's almost like you're born into bondage without knowing it.
Yeah. So when he still went to the Vikings, I was still cheering for him a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's
you didn't,
all right,
did you cheer for him when he was on the Jets? He was
before he started sending
texting people.
Yeah, before he started sending dick pics.
Sorry, it's just open fly jeans is all I can think about. Sorry. It's a rivalry thing. Aaron Rodgers, Favre I hated more. I've actually disliked Rodgers more lately.
Yeah.
I actually loved Rodgers early on, but now he's kind of been a little bit kind of a punk bitch. I'll be honest. Yeah. His family hates him for a reason. They might be crazy too, though. It might not be his fault, but he's also literally run through two of the most. At the time when he ran through them, they were very up and coming Hollywood actresses, and then their careers are dead now.
Yeah,
the Predator was the best they went, and now he's got another up and coming, except. Yes. This poor gal is what is she 26, 28?
Yeah. He's 40.
I mean, my girlfriend's 34, so I won't judge. But
dark.
Who's he with now?
From the what's it called? The Divergent series. Yeah, what's her name? She's awesome. She was in that show where the wives all kill their husbands on HBO. She's actually a really talented actress. That's why I'm please do not. Shailene Woodley.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say Lily Sobetsky, but
if she kills her career for Aaron Rodgers, she's an idiot. First off, she is fantastic as an actress. So, but you do know that Aaron Rodgers was totally shivved by a Bears fan. She was a closet Bears fan because she was always a Bears fan actually. When he dated what's her name, the racer. Danica was a total Bears fan the whole time. We were running uphill at that point. She was just withholding. But
I was hoping the Bears would get Russell Wilson because that defense is stacked.
Those two together against each other twice a year, we win. Both of us.
I don't hate the Bears. I don't hate the Bears. I just it's mediocrity. It's the White Sox back then. So
that's what they have been, and honestly, they've made I don't think they know how to get out of it with the management structure currently in place.
They just can't pick a quarterback. It's incredible how snake bitten you are in every decision you make. And this is the worst part about Bears fans. We had Jay Cutler.
Yep.
who was brought in because he is actually uncaring, and the pressure of Chicago football means nothing to him. He was like, fuck off. Okay, I don't care. I'm fucking Jay Cutler. And we had a guy that actually was perfectly built for it, and we, unfortunately, it didn't work out. Like he had the season that was 2009. Was it 9 or 10?
10, I think. When
10 was the game, right? 10 was the where he had
after the 10 season. Yeah,
where everyone was mad that a diabetic couldn't come back after basically having a grade 3 tear on his ACL, but damn diabetes. And it was Caleb Haney, and it killed the game. Like that game was 10-3 at half, right? Was it 10-3 at half, or was it 3-3 at half?
Yeah,
it was nothing.
It was a game.
Yeah, it was a game, and you had a quarterback that couldn't move the football in Caleb Haney that everybody somehow thought was better than Cutler, which is again, that's a Chicago sports handicap that we have.
That's one
it's
of the
like David Bodie's better than Chris Bryant because he's not Chris Bryant. Or again, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the White Sox equivalent, but I can't.
Who's the most popular person in Chicago? The Bears' backup quarterback. That's always the case.
Yeah.
Whoever the Bears' backup is, that's the most popular person.
Except when it was Rick Meyer, because he was supposed to be the starter, but there was Eric Kramer who became the starter. And Rick Meyer, when he was traded in 91? I went out and bought the Rick Meyer jersey, and then he lost the starting job to Eric Kramer, and I hated Eric Kramer so bad because he had Kramer hair. His hair was.
I know. I was going down the list of like the quarterbacks the Bears had. I totally forgot they had Cordell Stewart for a little bit.
Yeah,
Moses Moreno.
Like,
Justin Greer. Kate,
they had Slash for a second. Slash only was at a wide receiver spot. Like you have Slash, you can't figure it out. Like
Walter Payton was a quarterback for him at times.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? Surfer guy? Was that Chad Hutchinson? Right?
Chad Hutchinson. Oh yeah.
Guys, so I went to Chad Hutchinson. Yeah.
I went to the Bears game, the Bears Dallas game in Texas for Thanksgiving. What was it? 2000? What would I say? Like 2005, maybe. And it was Chad Hutchinson for the Bears. And I think it was like Vinny Testaverde because Romo was hurt or somebody was hurt. I can't remember who it was hurt. So I went all the way down there. And the best thing that I saw the entire game was during the halftime show when Destiny's Child played. Some dude fell off the third floor scaffolding and like fell all the way down. They had to like delay the start of the second half because dude literally I'm like, oh my God, that guy died. And they're like, no, he's fine. He's fine, but we're going to take precautions. I'm like, that guy fell. I think there's like 3 stories. And he was like, oh, the ladies. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, this is terrible. And I had to watch Chad Hutchinson. I remember being stuck in traffic and the broadcast of people talking about how those 2 quarterbacks eventually had to like on a Thanksgiving day. It was like 6-3, I think was the final. Maybe I don't know. It was like
that was
cold weather Bears Titans game from like 1996.
That was still at the old Cowboy Stadium, right?
Mm-hmm. I had to carry a small child family. I volunteered, so small family member who was like 2 years old under my right arm on the way out. It was less painful building one bicep to carry a small child that weighed 40 pounds out of the stadium than it was to watch the actual game. Now, the next day, Thanksgiving, I went back for the high school playoffs. I stayed at that stadium all day. I was there for like 15 hours. I watched every state championship from like 1A all the way to whatever 5A for Texas. And I'm like, this is better football than I saw in the Bears game yesterday.
That's some serious stuff in Texas.
They had fog and like fucking like inflatable like dragons and shit. I was like, damn.
They take that serious, man.
Like you get Metallica. Cool. Enter Sandman. Let's do it. But no, they had like fog and like it was Texas football is just a different breed.
Yeah.
It's like baseball in California. I love you guys in Illinois. I really do. You have not seen high school baseball until you've walked into California for spring break. Played against them.
Yeah.
They all look like fucking pros. Everyone.
Speaking about Harvard,
Texas, Florida.
You think, Lucas is going to get an extension?
Yep. Absolutely. And I think the Cats has become the amazing guys, let's be honest. Don't give Katz too much credit. Like he's excellent at what he does. Don't make a coach the credit for what the player really does.
You mean Coop can coach him up?
No, it's the player.
Oh no, absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Yes, you could find a breakthrough as a coach, but in the end, the coaches wear the blame, and you got to give the credit. And when Gio figures it out and gets this contract, it ain't because of cats. And when Cease figures it out because he's a good fucking ball player, it's not because of the cats. It's because Cease found it and he believed and he bought in, and that's where you give the credit to. And that's what, Cease is going to be a good ball player.
You know, and I have
he
to
looked
say
good
something
today besides walks.
Yeah. I have to say something
Which
about
comes with
Rodon.
maturity and age, by the way. Command comes with age.
Yes. I have to say something about Rodon. I was a huge Rodon fan when he was coming out of NC State. Huge Rodon fan. I never thought in a million years they would draft him because I didn't think he was going to be there. Because they got him at 3. I thought for sure he'd be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've been told that if it was down to Rodon or Aaron Nola were the 2 picks they were looking at. And if Rodon wasn't there, they were taking Nola, which has probably worked out well because Aiken and who was it, Appel? Both bombed from that draft. But I look at Rodon and I'm like, for years I've sat there and said, why aren't you doing the Tom Seaver drop and drive method with him? Because he's got the lower half to do it. You know, those thick legs, that big ass, you know, just to get more power on the ball. And it looks like he's doing it more now. Not enough where he's doing the Tom Seaver, dragging his knee on the dirt and, you know, tearing a hole in his pants, but he's getting lower, it looks like, and getting more on the pitch from what I see.
For all you know, if he stays healthy, he could probably he might have a better year than what if Dallas Keuchel, you know, regression is gonna come.
Yeah.
What if
Miles on that arm.
Yeah. What if he has you never know, he might have a better year than Dylan Cease. So I'm just saying, you never know. He might be healthy, you never know.
Well,
he's
remember,
a first-round pick, you never know.
Yeah. And remember, Keuchel's engaged now, and women weaken legs. So who knows what's going to happen? To quote Mickey from the Rocky movies.
I still get their delivery. Both that wild flip, that little leg whip, really does terrify me with their safety. But
we've talked about that before.
Yeah. But you know what? It's the glove. And Tom House, again, I'll let you guys can judge me all you want. You can't judge Tom House. No. Tom House created Nolan Ryan. Tom House created the football throwing pitcher. Tom House is a guru. And Tom House's problem with that delivery and that finish wasn't so much the finish, it's the glove position at finish. They're exposed to potential. If someone hits a piss missile, you get a guy like a Nick Madrigal, let's be honest, that can actually control their bat. Everyone, like, good hitters try to hit the ball up the middle. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, that's your approach.
Especially if you're in a slump. That's how you get out of a slump. Try and take it opposite middle. Yeah.
No, I don't like middle away. Yep. Gap to gap. That's the go-to. Like when you're struggling, you want to spin their cap. We call it spin their cap. Hit a line drive that makes the pitcher's hat. Pew! But if your glove's not there,
that's right. And
that's a dental plan problem.
Because remember, I sent you that picture a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, am I misreading this or something? Because this bothers me. Because I don't like the way that last second leg whip happens when Gio and Cease deliver. Like that carryover leg whip. Because I'm like,
it looks like an elf. It's like it's an elf boot like movement. Like it goes up and curls like around.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like it goes up and around.
Because it doesn't seem like
it's like his right shoulder is exposed to the baseball. Like if a line drive comes back, that right shoulder could get hit with a line drive. I mean, your face is also very precious. Your dick is precious, but so is your right shoulder. If you're a righty and you turn and you're obscured and you get that ball right on the back shoulder, that's not good.
And there's a great example of that. Mark Pryor was never the same pitcher after he got hit in the arm on that line drive by, was it Andrew Jones?
Mm-hmm. Andrew.
Sorry, Andrew. But he
takes the name of a bunch.
Yeah, he was never the same pitcher.
Yep. He was never the same pitcher after me and Straw. I don't know if Straw's in here. Like if Strawman's in here, the inverted W, that inverted W, that extra up is so bad for you. And Strasburg, Wood, Pryor.
Sale.
Excuse me, Pryor. Who?
Sale. Sale.
Chris Sale, like that. Though, if you're a young ball player and you're listening to the show, go to bed because we're drunk and there's only 5 of you. So I guarantee you're not in high school. But if you were to watch this on a replay, it's better to have command and health than hump up 2 miles an hour. That 2 miles an hour will not make a difference if you hit your spot. Locate. Learn to locate. Locate your fastball, then locate your changeup, then learn these. Okay? I'll tell you, Chase and Shreve learned a splitter when he was a junior in high school. Why? Because we didn't let him throw crap other than just locate your shit. His arm's fine.
Look at who would you say is probably the best pitcher we've seen in our lifetime? Not the sexiest with the fastball or anything else, but the best.
Greg Maddux.
Absolutely. Absolutely, without question. People can say Pedro, Randy Johnson. Maddux didn't have anything that compared to those guys.
He used to throw 94, by the way. You know that, right? He threw 94.
Yeah, when he first started, but
he just decided that was not as important. Same thing. Tom Glavine.
Yeah.
Tom Glavine. This is my only Tom Glavine story with Chase and Shreve. Shreve threw 94. And when he started with the Braves organization, he went to a special meeting with the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Glavine specifically, because Chasen's the lefty, said, hey, it's not as important to throw hard. Throw to the spots. So Chasen spent the first 3 years of his career in the Braves organization holding back, locating, learning how to pitch, learning how to locate. And then one day we were at practice. Like he came out in it was like a January, because he would always come out to our field. Wherever I coached, Chasen was always there. So I was at Palo Verde at the time. Chasen was coming out. He does a long toss. He sets up on the left field line. He's throwing piss missiles, like just a ball that gets like 8 feet high and stays 8 feet high from the hand, all the way from hand to glove, 300 feet away. Like it's incredible to watch a pro player throw a long toss. If you've never seen it and you have a kid, teach them to throw long toss and have them watch a pro player throw long toss. There's where your strength and your velocity comes from. And so Shreve would get out there and throw this long toss. I'm like, dude, what's I've been watching all your numbers. You're throwing like 88, 89. He's like, well, and he tells me this whole story. I'm like, talk to your pitching coach first off. I'm like, I know you. You don't. Chasen is not someone that holds back. He's a fantastic center fielder. He's a fucking 500 hitter in high school. He was an all-stater. Like he could have been an outfielder in the pros probably if he would not been a pitcher. And I'm like, dude, what do you want to do? He goes, I want to let loose. I'm like, just talk to your coach. Anyway, he goes into a bullpen. He throws like 94, 95. They're like, where has this been? He had never told them that he was following the Tom Glavine advice.
Right.
Tom Glavine was giving advice to people that can't hump up. But Chasen took it as someone that I should take mine back, not hump up. Now imagine learning how to pitch and locate, and then you're like, oh, I can take the training wheels.
Hey, there's another guy who that applies to. Maybe the most famous in baseball history.
Oh, that's a Sandy.
Yes. Because if you remember,
of all time.
If you remember the first 6 years, he lost more than he won because all he tried to do was throw the ball through the fucking wall. That's all he tried to do. And someone told him, you don't have to throw as hard. Larry Sherry, or no, it was Norm Sherry who told him. Larry Sherry was the pitcher who was the MVP against the White Sox in the 59 series. But Norm Sherry told him, you don't have to throw the ball as hard. So he started letting up a little bit on the speed, and that's when he started to dominate. And that's when that curveball became the stuff of legends. And honestly, there was one player I wish I could go back in time and watch. It would be to watch one of his starts during his peak seasons.
Learn to pitch, then learn to fool. Learn to pitch, then learn to fool. And by the way, to answer your question, Yumper, probably 1998, 99, he always could throw 95. Greg Maddux could throw 95 when he wanted to. He didn't want to. That's like saying, hey, Tony Gwynn, how come you're not hitting more homers? Because I didn't need to.
All right, fellas, I'm going to have to get off. Wife's texting me.
All right,
man.
All right, have a good one, Husky. Nice talking to you.
Care, guys.
Thanks for joining us, my man.
Right, no problem. Thanks.
And to Jack's point about the Braves catcher's box was pretty generous. Yes, do you know why? Because those guys established that they had impeccable control. And once they did that, they could slightly move out, go from
Man,
what is it, an 18-inch plate to a 22-inch plate.
that footage from the mid '90s,
Yeah,
with Glavin, Maddox, and Smoltz, where you're looking at like the above cam shot over the plate,
yeah,
and they're getting 6 to 12 inches off the dish. That's not because like someone's cheating. That's because they have utilized and they have been so consistent in their spots that they can go spot 1 inch outside, 3 inch outside, 6 inch. It's incrementalism, and slowly but surely, they're human. You can condition your umpire to call it. And this is the thing that's going to be, again, I feel like Major League Baseball is 100% attacking pitchers with everything they do right now. When players are juicing, players are using HGH, players are using juice bats. But you're worried about substances on a baseball right now.
Well,
Like, you just changed the rules now. Are you serious? You lowered the mound. You've decreased the ability for pitchers to get it out. You've juiced the ball. You've taken the spin rate out with the wind and the tightness of how you wind it up and your seam size. And now you're going to worry about substances? Do you want someone to get hit in the fucking throat? Like, back off.
Next? What's
Let
next?
these guys
Aluminum bats?
That's like eliminating defense in the NFL. Hey, let's just make it all passing. Let's just do a 7-on-7 passing league. The pitchers are the great equalizer of the game of baseball. When you handcuff the equalizers, the guys that can, police discipline, they have the ball in their hand.
Yep.
You respect the game or you get one. Also, the ones that can actually dictate how a game is played. And then you take away shifts because you can't hit away from a shift. Fuck off. Hit the ball where they're not, period. And it drives me nuts. And if you're someone that is for anti-shifts, God bless you. God bless you. But guess what? Do you really want a game where someone's getting fucking shot collared because they moved one step inside the first base side of second? No. You know what? Your position is dictated by the number on your back. Baseball doesn't have, if you were to do a scorekeeping, I know it's a stupid rant. Hold on. I do have a point. If you're going to be pissed off that someone hits out of order because their jersey's wrong, you're incorrect. The number could be wrong. It doesn't matter. It's the name. If that person is the human that is in the spot that's supposed to be in the spot, it doesn't matter if they're wearing a fucking Speedo t-shirt. They're allowed to hit in that spot. Now, if they're out of gear, obviously out of equipment, whatever. But the thing is that people don't realize it's not the number on your back. It's not the name on your jersey. It's the person that's in the box. And a lot of people don't realize that when you have these offensive players that get in there, and you have these pitchers doing their job, they're dumbing it down the same way. They're trying to actually hurt how pitchers shut people down. Their best weapon against a dude that's probably taken HGH, maybe has had plenty of, he has a zone that's now computer monitorized. The beauty of being a pitcher is being deceptive. It's not about actually throwing strikes. If you're a hitter now and you know that the strike zone will not be called because it's a computerized strike zone, fantastic. These guys are great. Every pitch.
Yeah, you can focus on one spot if that's the case.
Yep, that's it.
I want to pitch right here and go from there.
Now, there are some bad umpires. I think you should be graded on how bad your strike zone is.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think that the human element needs to be in baseball because baseball is a 100% microcosm of society and the world as it is today. When we look at baseball right now. What are we trying to do with the game of baseball? We're trying to make it more exciting. We're trying to
ESPN effect. Call it what
make it more about push than pull.
Yeah, call it what it is. It's the ESPN effect. They don't want to see a 2-to-1 pitchers duel on the highlights. They want to see, to use an Earl Weaver line, some cocksucker putting the ball over the fence.
Yep. Neither do they want to watch a 10-3 defensive dogfight between two football teams. They need scoring. So let's take away pass interference. Let's take away the substances. Let's lower the mound. Let's make it all about the scoring and less about the strategy. And that's what baseball, the biggest problem baseball faces right now in sharing itself with the rest of the world is it's trying to dumb it down instead of embracing the complexity that is the game and teaching it. It's easier to just dumb it down than it is to say, this is why you run in a 1-1 count. Yep. This is why you have a player maybe do a double switch when you have, if you don't have a DH. I won't judge the DH, but basically, you can probably tell why I don't like the DH based on how I'm talking about the strategy. I'd actually like to try and figure out how to win a game when I know I have a really horrible player offensively in that spot. You have to worry about a big old goose egg. And it's not exciting for fans. But if you're a coach and if you love the strategy, you're like, okay, so if they switched Kyle Hendricks right now and they did double switch and Bodie moves to second base, Horner moves to the outfield, or Horner moves to third, KB moves to you, all of a sudden you're dealing with like multiple moves at once. And that's what made baseball beautiful, like that chess piece. Now, Tony La Russa with a DH, it's like he's on fucking rookie mode. That's the thing that White Sox fans don't get. He doesn't have to deal with a DH. He doesn't have to worry about double switches. Tony La Russa is going to do the Tony La Russa thing, and he's not going to have to worry about like some stupid ass pitcher that can't hit. He's going to be like, oh, you're a pretty good hitter, but in this situation, you're a really good hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Get over it. Sorry. And that's what I love. That's why White Sox fans need to calm it down about Eloy. It ain't that big a gap for a La Russa. La Russa is going to figure out like the situation, but that's just what makes baseball good. I love again, Mailman Jack said it. Steve Stone is Steve Stone, man. He's, to me, like I said it, we had that whole debate about what do you guys think? Actually, I'll throw this out there. What do you guys think about striking out the side? What to you is striking out the side? For me, striking out the side is striking out every single hitter that makes an out in an inning. To me, I agree. Striking out the side consecutively or clean inning is striking out the side consecutively. But I think of it as I've always learned in 40 whatever some odd years of being whatever baseball is that look, your side is your half of the fucking scorecard. And if you've kept score at the real level, your scorecard is not just like a half a page. It's a fucking piece, like a page, like the size of this screen. It's what is it? What's the brand? God bless it. Kroger. No, I always call it Kroger's.
The Easton scorebook?
No. Hold on. Geez, Pete. It's beautiful. It's humongous. Anybody else? It's hold on.
No,
NFHS. There it is. It's where is that? Baseball. Oh, I gotta type in baseball, I guess. It's a Kroger. It's not Kroger's. God dang it. It's a shopping. I mean, I gotta go to shopping now, actually. And it's not on there either.
What is it? A scorebook or?
It's a scorebook. Yeah. It's two-sided. It's two-sided. Hold on. I really have to pee. Hold on.
All right. So I'm gonna just go through some of this stuff here. Gaylord Perry, King of Foreign Substances. Yes, Yumper, he was. And I met him a couple years ago, and he admitted it. Don't know what else to say, but yes, I did meet him. Fidds, to me, did sound like he was making an argument for the DH, to be honest with you. Let's see. Eric Gregg will call a strike in the batter's box if Maddox threw it there. Yeah, pretty much. But the thing I love to watch is as long as Angel Hernandez is not calling balls and strikes in a White Sox game, I love to watch it just to see how bad it gets. Because there are some strikes that are thrown where you're just sitting there going, seriously? How in the world is that a strike? And you know I'll use the old Hawkism. Players don't have a problem with it if it's called the same way for both teams. That's a lie. That is a lie because, again, they're focusing on areas, in my opinion. They want the ball low and away so they can extend their arms or, they want it in so they can try and, flip it over the infield, whatever it is. And when you get an Angel Hernandez calling balls and strikes, you have no fucking clue what's going to be called a ball and a strike. I mean, 1 minute, there might be one right down the pipe, belt high, ball. You're like, huh? Next pitch, same thing, strike. What the hell?
So, sorry to interrupt.
I agree that
Glovers
should be fired.
Glovers was what I was talking about. If you ever kept score in a Glovers, which is an official high school scoring book, here, let me show you this. Let me show you what Glovers looks like real quick. You have to understand this entire book. It's clipped in, by the way. This is how you keep, again, because you have to keep line scores and everything. Here is a Glovers. So those of you that are wondering what the side of the infield, while we say the other side, you have to flip this son of a gun upside down. You have to flip it over every time. So this is a Glover stat book, right? Okay, you see that. That's the clipboard that holds it. Now, this is your score sheet. You see these 4 rings? When the inning ends, you fill out every single thing down here and up here, and then you flip it over. You've retired the side. So the point being is, like, when you're talking about like the play, like sorry, I'm still arguing about the strike out the side thing, but that was what I was talking about. I just couldn't remember. Glovers are like, you literally flip a page. It's the other side. Like when you say I retired the side, you didn't say an order.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fight. That was an earlier argument that I'm just kind of rejoining a little bit.
Well, it's 8:30 here, so
you're gonna shoot it down.
Yeah, they should be starting pretty soon, and I know
Have
everyone.
They started?
I haven't received a notification yet, but I
Who's
know
super villain. Who's this guy?
Who?
I don't know. Super villain said, "I'm worried about the wrong fan base." So I'm gonna type, "Am I?" That's my response to that guy. I'm not the one that was on part of the fan base that celebrated Eloy getting hurt today. So
yeah, but I'll stay with my statement. I know it's not a popular one because I know there's a lot of people who, no matter what you say, will never accept La Russa as the manager. For the situation they have right now with the way pitching is going to be this year, with the Eloy injury and building a winning culture, they've got the right guy. Mm-hmm. Now, again, remember one thing. It's only a 2 or 3 year fix. That's it. This isn't a long-term option. And what's his name? Cairo? That's probably
the future.
That's the heir apparent.
I feel like, and I told you and I talked about that in the chat.
Yeah.
I think that Miguel Cairo is the future decade out manager for the Chicago White Sox.
Yes.
Don't sleep on the dude. He's doing the heavy lifting for Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa is the figurehead. He's going to make the big, he's going to wear the decisions too. Miguel Cairo might go and go, look, I think we need to start blank, blank, and blank, blank. Tony La Russa hired Miguel Cairo, and he's such an old school guy that he will take, La Russa 100% strikes me as that guy that lets his coaches coach, lets his players play.
Yep.
Guarantee you that Cairo comes in and goes, I think this is what it is. And La Russa goes, I love it. I'm here for you. Let's do it. And then when people shit on the decision, Tony La Russa goes, I stand by my decision. And he wears it because he doesn't care. Like Tim Anderson, same kind of guy. You need a guy out front that wears the abuse because people don't get it. And same with Tim Anderson, bat flips, the swag.
Yeah.
That's Tim Anderson just out front saying, pay attention to me. When my teammates struggle, still look at me. Don't see the struggle, see me. And that's what a good teammate or a good manager does. They totally wear the blame and they pass the buck when there's success. And that's what Tony La Russa has always done. And that's what Tony La Russa is here for. And that's why White Sox fans should be counting their blessings that they have a Tony La Russa manager now, a Hall of Fame person.
Yeah, and I'll
lift home.
And it's a simple management philosophy in life: publicly praise, privately blame.
Yep.
You will not see La Russa throw anyone under the bus in public. You'll see him say, and you've already seen it in spring training. Oh, who's the freaking Zebi Savala? Man, that kid's got a lot of talent. And, it's stuff like that. He's publicly praising all of these people. He may be in the clubhouse, calling him in the office going, what the F were you thinking on this play or that play?
In-house.
In-house. Right, exactly. In-house.
By the way, just so you know, keep going. I'm legitimately refreshing the 108. So when they go live, we'll call it tap out.
But he's sitting there and basically, and that was the one thing about, I think it was refreshing with Ozzie in the beginning, but it became a problem at the end. When Ozzie well, not only that, but he would throw players under the bus. At first, people thought it was cute, but then it got tiring. And then you heard the stories about the jokes with Ozzie, them putting a T-shirt in someone's locker with tire tracks on it, saying, "Oh, you got run over by Ozzie today," and everything else. And I don't care what anyone says. Ozzie was publicly campaigning for that job last year when he was doing
stabbing
pre and
Rick
post.
in the back, stabbing.
And
No,
And-
hey, look, no good coach of wealth or of not even wealth. What's the word? No good coach of weight or gravity ever
Mhm.
throws their players under the bus. None. The best
Right.
coaches alive will always wear it when
Mhm.
they fail and pass
Mhm.
it when they succeed. You want to look for good
Yeah.
coaches? Watch for those people. That's what you want
Yeah.
as a coach, as a high school kid, as a college coach, as a professional coach, as anything. The dude that's willing, the person, not even the dude, the person that is willing to stand out front
Mhm.
and be that, like that
Yep.
sponge of whatever vitriol, but
Mhm.
then is willing to say, this would be a great time to make me feel better. Tony La
Mhm.
Russa is not going to go, hey, look what I did. He's going to go, look what Tim Anderson did. Look at the
Right.
leadership of the straw that stirs the drink. Look at my MVP, who's still here, by the way. Hello.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? Nowhere. He's still here.
And just remember, Tony La Russa can give the greatest opening day speech ever. And he doesn't even have to say that much.
Nope.
You want one of these? See these? You want one? Listen to what I say. That's it. That's it. And to all those people who are like, how is he going to mesh with Tim Anderson? Tony managed the greatest, biggest hot dog of all freaking time.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson. Without
Ricky Henny. Ricky Henderson couldn't even say his own name right. Ricky Henny. Like when you talk to Ricky Henderson, it's like talking to someone that's like, here, let me put 5 marbles in my mouth and talk really fast. That's Ricky Henderson at the blackjack table.
And not only that, it's never me. It's Ricky. Ricky going to do this.
Third person. It's like
going to
Beef
do
Loaf
that.
saying,
Yeah.
even though he won tonight, by the way, rest in peace. By the way,
Yeah.
Pete, that's the thing that I was trying to block for you.
Mhm. I knew
45 minutes
that
ago. Yeah. Chirizi, by the way, he really does look like Jesus.
No, you know who he looks like?
He looks like Jesus if he made it past like 33 and was like in his 40s and loved like craft wine.
He looks, when he just has the mustache, he looks just like Cheech Marin. But I was there. You'll hear a joke. I was there when a woman actually told him, I heard it. She told him he looked like George Clooney. And everyone, she said this, everyone did one of those like cartoon. Wait, everyone did one of those cartoon head turns like, what? I heard it. I was there when it was said. But no, I think some of these people with Tony, people said their dad looks. He does.
I honestly, I want to see a Chirizi. Again, I followed his band. There was like 200, 300 followers, I think, probably. He's like my buddy's fans on Spotify. I followed him. Like, I'm good with that. I want to see a night where Chirizi gets drunk as shit, hops in front of that fucking hot tub and slaps the bass. Like, drops in the fucking, the amp and just rip. I want to see him.
I've seen him in concert.
Like, I love bass. Bass is one of my favorite instruments. Like guitar, bass, drums are all right. Lead singer's like last, but the bass player is like the most underrated player in the band because they keep the rhythm and it's. I love it. I want to see a little Chirizi action.
Well, just type in. Go on to Twitter, and when you pull up a GIF, type in Chirizi, and tell me what you get.
Hold on, Luke was telling us that he had to leave the chat to go over to the 108 show. Like, you only get one browser. Luke, you know you can do both. I have both up right now.
Have they started?
No, they haven't started yet. I'm right here on the Twitter. I'm on the YouTube page too. I'm right here. But Luke said he had to leave because. Hold on, let me read. I'm gonna read the Twitter DM. Oh, he's supporting. No, wait. They left us because they're supporting Buzz. Sorry. And now I can get behind that. There was a big Bulls trade today. We're good with that.
They just started, by the way.
Here we go. Are we there?
They just started.
All I get is I get the stream 4 days ago. Hold on. Let me go to my follows. Your videos from the 108. Why is this not coming up? Well, then in that case, we're going to let them rock their shit out. But
all right,
Luke, we're on to you. We're on to you, Luke. And I know what's going on in the private chats. There it is. Eloy's Lost Summer. We're ready to go. Tune into the 108 live, right? From the 108?
Absolutely.
Or YouTube. What is it? YouTube. What's the YouTube number?
From the 108, I believe, is on YouTube.
Just find it on YouTube. Type from
Yeah.
the 108.
Or
If
section
you can't
108.
find it, you're stupid.
Yeah. But thank you, everyone, for joining in. If you got any suggestions for what you want to hear in the future, let us know.
Correct. And after next week, we're going to start actually recording these podcasts as a broadcast. So I can't account for a Thursday for a week from now. I'll be in Cabo. The next Thursday?
And well, the next Thursday may be iffy because that's opening day for the White Sox. So
maybe
I should come on. Maybe I should come on.
We'll do a remote. If you're in person, we'll do a remote.
All right. Sounds good.
So anyway, get out of here, guys. Go watch the 108. They're great. They're fantastic. Mr. Hand Pete, love you.
Love you
always.
too.
Sorry we couldn't pull it out today, by the way.
Yeah.
I was really hoping to
no worries.
teabag fucking beef loaf.
We'll get them
it's fine. I still want 12. I want 12 months of Aloha calendars. Period. That's for real.
Wait.
Period. All right, get out of here.
All right, later.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Be good.